Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT. Your home for the County of Champions.
And that's your ball game. Union has won its first ever WPIAL championship.
But it is champions, the Static Lancers. Strike three. The Union County golden once again.
One gold not enough. How about 2 district gold and 2 state gold for the Lady Lancers? The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Nice second. Anderson into the corner. It's boys for three. Shot! Take time.
Look at throw again. Directing traffic. Going for the quarterback and he gets him! Touchdown! Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County Sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. Coming to you live from Pullman Park, historic Pullman Park, Michelle Krill Field for tonight's WPIAL Class 3A semifinal game. The 2-seed Avonworth Antelopes taking on the 6-seed Neshannock Lancers on the way to Washington. Tonight's game at lcsportsnet.com and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. It's brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, by Castle Asphalt, by the Red Zone, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Medure Bonner Law, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by Health and Motion Physical Therapy, by Toshiba Business Solutions, by Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League, by Building Blocks Baseball, by Lawrence County Child and Youth Services, the Tri-County Principals Association, Something for Your Wall Photography, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Well, I hope the last person to leave Neshannock Township tonight shut the lights off for the city, because it feels like all of Neshannock Township has made their way out here to Butler for historic Pullman Park for this game between the 2-seed Avonworth Antelopes at 17-5 record and the 6-seed Neshannock Lancers at 17-4. Winner goes to play in the championship at Washington at Wild Things Park next week. The loser will play in a consolation game. Both teams have qualified already for the state tournament for Class 3A. I'm James Dotson. We'll bring in Richie Saragnis back yet again for some more action as we watch the Neshannock Lancers trying to make it back for the second consecutive year to Wild Things Park to play for a WPIAL championship.
Yeah, James, pleasure to be back with you here, looking for the Lancers to finish. I know that's been the word all year that Coach Q's been using. I know the Lancers have T-shirts made saying finish. They break on it every single day, in between innings, before games, after games. This is their chance right here, and I know there's no one that they want another crack at more than Riverside, but they got a really good opponent here in the Avonworth Antelopes, a team I'm pretty familiar with. I know the coaching staff. I know a few of the players. This is, for those that aren't familiar with Avonworth, I'd compare them to the Lancers. Just a very fundamentally sound team, not going to boot a lot of balls, got a few really good arms, a really deep pitching staff, I'd say we got a really even matchup here tonight between the Neshannock Lancers and the Avonworth Antelopes.
Before we break that down completely, want to take a look at that bracket. Riverside victorious right here at Pullman Park earlier today at a 2 o'clock game, defeating East Allegheny 11-2. A couple of big innings late for Riverside in that one, and that was the story for Avonworth yesterday in the quarterfinals, because they trailed Shenango 1-0 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. They send 13 batters to the plate and put a 9 spot up in that inning. Kind of the wheels fell off there for Shenango, but when you take really that inning out of it, you had essentially a 2-0 game for Avonworth throughout that game, and in the Neshannock game that we saw last night, a 2-1 intense battle. So you saw the pitchers going full at it, but like you said, probably the 2 deepest pitching staffs right up there with Riverside. No surprise that those are the final 3 teams here remaining. You need that pitching depth, and it's shown so far in the postseason.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, pitching and defense is what wins ball games. The Neshannock Lancers yesterday, a little uncharacteristic of them. I know the field, it was some tough conditions, booting a few balls, really nothing they could do. But now that we're on that turf surface today, really shouldn't have to deal with any hops. A field that the Neshannock Lancers are pretty familiar with. I know they've played here a few times already this year. So we're going to see who can pitch a little bit better today, who can come up with that timely run. We're going to keep a good eye on our bunts, hit and runs, suicide squeezes, all things that I know the Neshannock Lancers and Avonworth Antelopes really will look to do in this game.
You look at Neshannock, obviously Andrew Fry going to Slippery Rock, one of the big names in terms of the next level playing. A couple people going to Penn State Shenango, Westminster College. You have on the other side, though, the big name for sure has to be Mason Horwath going to Penn State next year. And he had 2 hits in that 6th inning, a 3-for-4 day yesterday for the Penn State commit, and leading the team with 25 RBIs. He'll be hitting cleanup today, but you got a couple of D1 guys right around him as well, Mason Metz and Jacob Osborne. That middle of the lineup, that 3-4-5, is probably the toughest lineup that you've seen so far this year in terms of depth and strength throughout the middle of the lineup.
Yeah, not only do they have a second Division I player, but they have 2 Division III players. And if you're familiar with Allegheny baseball and Mount Union baseball, you know how good that is. When you hear D3, you think, but no, these are some serious teams.
And with that, we're going to pause for the playing of our national anthem. Your national anthem here from Michelle Krill Field at historic Pullman Park as we get ready for today's game, and we have 2 seniors on the mound here between the Lancers and the Lopes, and both in their 9th appearance of the year, both with 4-0 records, both with earned run averages around 2 on the season. Colin Crawford for Avonworth and Andrew Bubba Fry for Neshannock. And, that's about what you expect, is to see you got your top guys, top guy for Avonworth for sure started yesterday. Neshannock, again, kind of like Avonworth, though, such a deep rotation. It's hard to say, a 1A, 1B, 1C type scenario. And that's where I think we kind of saw it last night when we've seen it for a lot of teams throughout the playoffs. You're going to have a short leash. You got to go and pitch your best and play your best right from the get-go.
That's it, and I know the Neshannock Lancers, I talked to Coach Q before this game. They're just going 1 inning at a time. We have Andrew Fry, Bubba starting this game, but they got lots of arms behind him. I think we might see a little bit of Grant Melder tonight, so look to see some plus stuff from him. That's a guy with some serious velocity that can really run it up there. He's been dealing with a lot of injuries this year. think he's back and healthy. Lancer's got a good number on his pitch count tonight. And then we also have a few other arms for the Lancers that we might see. Dom Cabellas, some other younger guys. We'll just take this thing one inning at a time.
So there is your starting batting lineup, and we'll get into it. But you see Andrew Fry, we said he's the starting pitcher. That is true, but he is technically the DH when he is batting, using that pitcher/DH position here yet again. Is Neshannock. Talk about Luke Lease real quick there at the bottom of the order, getting it done late with the suicide squeeze in the 6th inning to get that 2-1 victory.
Yeah, that suicide squeeze, that's a play where the runner on third is breaking. As soon as that pitcher lifts his leg, it's basically a do-or-die play where everything, all the pressure is put on Luke Lease, the hitter, where he's taught to move up in that box a little bit. As soon as that left foot gets to the ground, he's kind of squaring around, trying, no matter if that ball's thrown up in the air, down on the ground, wherever it's at, he has the responsibility to put the bat on the play. It was a beautiful pitch for him right down the middle, able to get it down. The Neshannock Lancers win the game. It's funny how Coach Q wins the first game on a hit and run, wins the second game on a suicide squeeze. Let's see what else he can pull out of the bag tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do. Again, only his 3rd year as the head coach, but 20 years as the assistant under Coach Kirkwood, so he's been around this for a long time. Real quick, let's look at the Medora Bonner Law defensive alignment for Avonworth. Make sure you have the best defense behind you at MedoraBonnerLaw.com. Jack Gleese will lead things off here for the Neshannock Lancers. First pitch is in there for a called strike one. Your first pitch delivery brought to you by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Give them a call for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems. Colin Crawford, breaking ball, misses inside, evens the count at 1-1. Crawford mentioned 4-0, a 1.45 earned run average, and here's a ratio you like: 35 Ks versus just 12 walks in his 29 innings thrown on the year.
Yeah, ideally for a pitcher, we want that 2-to-1 walk-to-strike ratio.
This one's drilled, but it's hooking foul. Good effort by the right fielder, Hunter Blackson, the junior, flying into foul territory. If you've never been here to Pullman Park, there is lots of foul territory. And look at that real quick. So all that over there is in play, and look how far over Hunter Blackson ended up getting. You can see the bullpen, and there's still more room to the right. That is all in play. The only thing you can't do, and we saw this in a Union playoff game a couple years ago, if you're throwing it back in, you can't throw it over top of the netting. That's out of play, so you kind of have to cut it back around. That was interesting. It ended up being like a 3-base error because they threw it over top of the out-of-play netting. 1-2 the count. This one upstairs. Evens the count at 2-2 to the leadoff batter, Gleese, leading the team, hitting .593 now on the year.
Yeah, we're seeing some really plus stuff here from Colin Crawford so far to start this game.
Firing hard, good breaking ball there, but misses on the outside corner, and the count runs full to the leadoff batter here in the Class 3A semifinals.
Early in this game for Colin, I'm looking for him just to establish that good fastball, drop that breaking ball in there off of his fastball.
Payoff pitch coming from the senior right-hander, and it's fouled back and rattles around. That's the one thing you got to pay attention to here at Pullman Park. Once the ball's hit behind you, it's not over with yet. You better keep your eyes open. Might come right back. We actually had that in the Riverside game earlier. Somebody got hit in the back of the head from a ball bouncing backwards. So we'll do it again. The payoff pitch popped up. Foul, backing out of play. Look, I hope you parked far enough away.
Yeah, I'm out in right field, so hopefully if my car gets hit, someone's going to have to really get one good. As we stated here, 352 out to that right center gap, 425 to dead center, 325 down the line. So if you're going to get one out of here, you really got to get it.
425, that's literally deeper than any Major League Baseball ballpark. There's another one foul, backing out of play. So the first at bat of the game, and we're already 8 pitches deep.
Yeah, and this is what the Lancers were not doing in their last 2 games, getting that pitch count up, trying to get that starter out of the game. We know in the playoffs you can only throw 105 pitches, or in the Lancers, their last 2 games, they were just attacking that first pitch early. This is what your leadoff man's supposed to do. He's supposed to let that 2-hitter, 3-hitter, 4-hitter see the fastball, see the curveball. If he has a changeup, get that. Even if Jack happens to get out here, this is a quality at-bat.
So we'll do it again. Already a 9-pitch at bat, but it is won by the pitcher, Freezing Gleese, on the 3-2 curveball. 1 away on the first strikeout of the game from Crawford. I'll tell you what, though, you said it is a win because
9 pitches there.
James Showman yesterday had 10 pitches in the entire first inning.
Yeah. Yeah, Lancers were not doing that their last 2 games. Love to see adjustment here.
Valentine sees pitch number 10 and fouls it off down the third baseline. .304 average on the year for Gio, the junior, the only junior in this starting lineup. 6 seniors, 2 sophomores, and Valentine, the junior. For Coach John Quilera, mentioned his 3rd year. Technically his 4th season with the team, though missed his inaugural year with the 2020 pandemic, 0-2 the count. It was kind of interesting talking to Coach Q about that because this team, very similar to that team that missed their senior year. 10 seniors on that roster, would have loved to see what they can do. Glad seeing this senior-laden squad making their way again into the state tournament, trying to get a WPIAL championship on the way.
Yeah, seeing some really good stuff here. That fastball's got some good life on it. I'm going to try and get some numbers from here in a minute or so. Looking like an upper 70s, maybe sitting around 80. Throwing that curveball a little bit slower, but it plays off that fastball.
Back-to-back pitches after the first one well outside. This one a little bit closer, but count even at 2-2 to Valentine.
I'm looking for a curveball here. Yanking that fastball early towards his glove side, probably a little spin.
Here is the 2-2. There it is. It's lifted towards right field. This one tailing towards the line as well, and making a running catch is Hunter Blackson. A lot of range over there in right field for the junior. He's made a couple of nice plays. Only the one catch out there, but showing his range early for 2 outs now in the inning.
Yeah, it looks like Colin's going to that breaking ball a lot with 2 strikes. So for the Lancers, we've seen how many pitches now? About 15, 16 pitches that we're at, 15 pitches. Yep. So we got to adjust. We got to understand his game plan. He's going to attack early with the fastball, spin late. So you got to jump on that fastball early.
Team leader in RBIs comes up with 2 outs, and Nate Rinn will get a 2-out single just past the diving Jacob Osborne there at third base. And with
this feels like a home playoff game for the Lancers.
Yes, it does. There are plenty here, and we have our first Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. Andrew Moses will run at first base. Castle Asphalt, they've been in the paving and construction business for 15 years using top-of-the-line equipment and resources, guaranteeing your job is done correctly and efficiently. Innovative methods combined with years of experience. That sounds like a Coach Q tagline right there. Moses out there. He leads the team with 11 swiped bags, as you would expect to be seeing from a courtesy runner.
Yeah, and we're seeing Derek Brooks, the leadoff hitter, center fielder for the Avonworth Antelopes, leading the PIAA in stolen bases so far this year.
That is incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, what do we have here? 31 of them? That's some impressive numbers.
So I'll tell you what, actually, Union's Andrew Gettings had 4 stolen bases yesterday to put him at 31 for the year. Not sure if he got any today for the U. I might have to check on that because that would be interesting to see if he is no longer the state's official leader. Throw over to first base. Moses back in time. Union, unfortunately, falling to California 9-6. A great comeback effort from the Scotties, came up just short. Gettings did have a stolen base, so officially Gettings is the PIAA leader, and one behind right now is the leadoff man, Derek Brooks. I have a feeling you'll be seeing him moving today. 1-0, ground ball, deep in the hole at short, long throw for Solinsky, and it's going to be in time. Good job to play the hop by Mason Horwath there and get the good bounce off of the turf. Well played there from the shortstop, using the bounce to his advantage.
A lot of energy in this game. I mean, the Avonworth Antelopes are jumping and running out of that dugout.
So no runs, 1 hit, and the runner left on the bags. Neshannock 0 and Avonworth coming up to bat. So let's take a look at the starting batting order for the Avonworth Antelopes. Again, under their first-year head coach, Jeff Bywalski, assistant at Baldwin and South Park over the last 6 years, and now a chance with his first head coaching gig, 1 game away from the WPIAL championship. Again, those 3-4-5 hitters, Metz, Horwath, and Osborne, are the ones that you're looking at. Metz just a sophomore, Horwath and Osborne 2 of the 5 seniors in the starting lineup. The designated hitter hitting for the pitcher, Colin Crawford. Now again, let's look at the Neshannock defensive alignment, brought to you by Medore Bonner Law, a local firm with deep ties in community. Visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com. Find out how they can serve you as we look at Andrew Fry getting ready to get things going. He's a 4-0 record, a 2.16 earned run average, and again, a pretty solid ratio, 45 strikeouts to 18 walks in just over 35 innings pitched on the season. Yoke, those are the numbers you love seeing.
Yeah, that's what we want. Ideally, we want the ratio to be around 2-1, the walk to strikeout ratio. Andrew well above that. Today we're going to see a lot of heavy balls from him, as I talked about earlier, meaning his ball is really jumping out of his hand, going downhill. Got a little bit of run on that fastball, going in towards a righty, away from a lefty, and then he's going to follow that with a little bit of a slower breaking ball not going to throw it all that much. I know it really wasn't there too much. We talked about it after his last start, just making a few little adjustments to it, trying to pull down on that middle finger a little bit harder through his release point. We spent a lot of time talking about that after his first outing against Shadyside. So I'd love to see him adjust today with that and just attack with that good fastball today.
Andrew Fry, who started the first round game against Shadyside Academy, pitched 4+ innings. Dom Cubelis in relief for an inning in that one, and then closed out by Cam Foy. We expect to see Cubelis again potentially in relief today if necessary. Bubba Fry works solely from the stretch, getting in there to face the leadoff batter, Derek Brooks, a .356 hitter is Brooks. You mentioned the speedy Brooks, and because of that, Giovanni Valentine at third base, well up the third base line. Fry working quickly, evens the count at 1-1. Younger sister Addie Fry will be in the circle tomorrow for the Lancers in their semifinal game in Class 2A softballs. This one's lifted down the third base line, but foul. Rob Gleese giving chase into the bullpen, and the count 1-2.
Yeah, and when you get a hitter that late on the fastball, you can go two different directions here. You can either try and freeze him off that outer third, trying to paint that white, or you can spin down in the dirt here, trying to start your breaking ball at the knees, breaking it off kind of towards the ankles, up 1-2, like I talked a lot about yesterday. And this 1-2, I either have to strike him out or get to that 2-2 pitch. A ball in play I really don't want to hear as a pitcher.
There's the breaking ball, but just misses
That's
outside. Hit
Beautiful.
the spot, but you can see on our camera angle, definitely off the outer half.
Yeah, that's a good miss right there. Executed pitch.
Now 2-2, and time granted in the box to Brooks. For someone with that speed, too, only surprising that he doesn't have any triples and only 4 doubles on the year. Called strike 3, frozen with the fastball in the outside corner, so both pitchers begin the day with a backwards K.
Now batting.
That's it, and that's because of the breaking ball that he threw on that 1-2 pitch. Just because you're changing eyesight, changing speeds, kind of changing his timing up. When you throw that fastball after that breaking ball off the plate, a little more life to it, can freeze a hitter just like that.
Now that brings up the phenomenal freshman Cooper Sharding. He's just been improving over the course of the year. Now up in the 2-hole and the designated hitter. How often do you see a freshman as a DH? This one catches the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1. Sharding coming in, hitting at .231. As you just said, kind of improving over the course of the year.
Yeah, a guy I'm pretty familiar with. He actually plays for my father in the summer, so I get to see him a lot over the winter, get to work with him, train him a little bit. A kid that's just all grit.
Another one just missing on the outside corner, so working away right now is Fry, but not giving an inch on the outside corner as our home plate umpire tonight. And now, because of that, has to bring it more over the middle of the plate, and good piece of hitting by Sharding. Hits it right back where it's hit, or where it came from, I should say, for the first Avonworth hit of the game.
Yeah, and for Bubba, we just cannot fall behind earlier. Basically, both pitchers tonight with Bubba and Colin. Got to attack, got to get that first pitch strike. Once you get that first pitch strike, you can really go anywhere. You can spin, you can throw something in the dirt, you can elevate and attack hands. Just got to get ahead early.
Left-handed hitting catcher is Mason Metz. First pitch into him for strike 1. Upstairs, count even at 1-1. Mason Metz getting a couple D1 looks. What is about catchers getting hit? Leads the team with 6 hit batsmen on the year.
Just seems to always happen. And my man's put together pretty nice in there. He got a good frame. I like what I'm seeing with the stance. Looks really relaxed, getting the hands back early.
And swing and a miss there. 1 ball, 2 strike now the count.
Yeah, and when you get a guy kind of fooled on a breaking ball like that, we normally follow with something elevated, maybe a little bit up, like that.
And this one's off the hands towards shallow left field. Luce Gleese giving chase right along the foul line, makes the catch. Sharding will retreat back to first. F7 for the second out of the inning.
Number 3, Mason Corwin.
Yeah, and Coach Kurt Latta, he's calling the pitchers here for the Neshannock Lancers. He does a tremendous job with his sequencing, something we talk about almost daily, weekly, how we're going to follow it, misses, just what you're seeing from a hitter. If you're taking it, moving your hands a little bit, what do we follow that with? Coach Kurt Latta is one of the best in the WPIL at that.
Now the cleanup hitter in the Penn State-bound Mason Horwat. First pitch misses to him outside for ball one. Horwat leads the team with 25 RBIs, a .381 average on the year. This one off the end of the bat, chopped towards third, and it's going to drift foul. Evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, and that's the Lancers showing some respect there to Horwat with 2 breaking balls to start the at-bat. Honestly, I think you might see another one here.
Some respect. How about the outfield giving some respect?
Oh, yeah.
Probably about, 325, 350 deep is Cubelis there in center field. Lots of room behind. You don't want anything over your head. Good pitch on the outside corner there from Fry. Count now 1-2. Fry.
Some action here down at first base.
Breaking ball. Runner was not going there, so why are you thinking action there on a 1-2 count?
Yeah, on a 1-2 count, just trying to make something happen. We're guessing breaking ball in there, I guess, properly. Normally there, you're just trying to make something happen, get the second baseman or shortstop out of position, especially with a hitter like this. You know, if he sees that second baseman breaking to cover that base, he gets that ball in the outer third. He can kind of just punch it right towards that right field. Really good count to run in right here.
And, no surprise, they're going to pay attention to because 100 stolen bases as a team for Avonworth on the year. 2-2 now the count as that one misses high and away.
Yeah, like I said, a team I'm pretty familiar with. I know the head coach. I know the assistant coach extremely well. I actually played in college with him. So this is a team, for those of you that don't know it, the Avonworth team, they're like the Neshannock Lancers.
This one beat towards short. Only play will be to first from Gleese, and a good stretch by Melder to complete the out and get the speedy Mason Horwat down at first base. A hit for both teams in the first inning, but no runs on the board. We've played one complete. Back in a moment, 3A semifinals at lcsportsnet.com.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Bubba Fry, as he's listed apparently on the scorecard for our PA announcer, will lead off the inning. 5, 6, 7 hitters, Fry, Rind, and Cubelis. That's Jake Rind hitting for Neshannock here in the top of the second. Yook, a solid start. Both teams getting a hit, but both pitchers doing the job early.
Yeah, I'd like to see him attack, fill up that zone early, try and keep that pitch count down. That's what you like to see there from Colin. First, one pitch, one out.
5-3 on the put out as he gets Fry out in front. 17 pitches thrown in the first inning, even after that 9-pitch at-bat to begin against Jack Lease. 20 pitches thrown by Andrew Fry in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and for Bubba, I'd love to see him just spit on that breaking ball there first pitch. Spit on, meaning that's a baseball little term there. Don't hit it. Wait for that good fastball. Best way to hit the curveball, hit the fastball.
Jake Rind now to the plate. First ball upstairs. He and Dom Cubelis in the on-deck circle, part of the Pony League World Series runner-up team. I was corrected earlier today. Count now even at 1-1. Remember that they lost in an extra innings game. Forgot that was all different that year. I was thinking that was the consolation bracket, the losers bracket coming back through, but with the COVID year, there was a very unique scenario there. And that one, you could tell Rind did not like, as it was called, down at the knees for strike 2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 2 up, 2 down for the Lancers. Good pitching, second strikeout for Colin Crawford. And again, good mix. Fastball, curveball to get Jake Rinn.
Yeah, and the Lancers are chasing that breaking ball early. Bubba, in his last at-bat, chased it with that first pitch, and then there we get Jake. Kind of takes that 1-0 fastball right down the middle, and he chased that breaking ball late. I'd like to see the Lancers kind of stop swinging at the breaking ball early in counts, make them throw it with 2 strikes.
And that one perfect like you want to see.
That's what we want, right?
Cubella sees a first pitch fastball, goes after it, right?
When you get that fastball, you got to go. A guy here, Colin, he's got some serious numbers, 4-0 on the year, sub 1.5 ERA. Not going to give you too many fastballs. So when you get it, you got to be ready. Can't be guessing.
Count now even at 1-1 to Cubellis, a .228 hitter on the season. The other cool thing about these sophomores, Jake Rinn and Cubellis, lead the team with 17 and 16 walks respectively. Breaking ball stays upstairs, 2-1 to count. Didn't quite break its way down into the zone. Crawford winds and fires and misses inside, 3-1. So the first time we've really seen Crawford behind in the count so far today.
Yeah, so in this count here as a hitter, 3-1, I'm thinking 1 pitch, 1 spot. So I want that fastball middle in here from Dom. If it's anything out, even if it's a fastball out, I'm not swinging at it.
And here is the 3-1, and it is ripped towards deep center field. Derek Brooks going back, but he's able to settle under it. A lot of room out there in center field. Gave it a ride, did Cubellis, but it ends up being a 1-2-3 inning for Neshannock in the top of the second. We'll be back with the bottom of the second when we return here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Western Pennsylvania High Schools.
So we get ready for the bottom of the second inning. Take a look at this incredible crowd that you got here for Neshannock. You joked earlier, last person out, hopefully shut the lights off in Neshannock Township. We have a huge contingency out today. Not sure what tomorrow's going to bring for the softball game because it is a 3 o'clock start for the Lady Lancers, but these nightcaps, we had a great crowd over an hour away at Highlands last night, and people willing to make the drive out to Butler today. No surprise to you, is it, Mr. Sergnes?
No, not at all. I know the Lancers always travel well, no matter if it's football, baseball, basketball. Once it's playoff time, the Lancer community does a tremendous job of rallying around their team here. A lot of red in the sea here today.
There's also a lot of red with the fact that you do have 2 red teams, Avonworth here, but lots of Neshannock red. You can definitely say that. His first pitch swinging is Jacob Osborne. Backhanded stop by Jake Rinn at second and a good fire to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Andrew Fry, and a nifty play on the backhand from Rinn. How about that for a bounce back from yesterday?
Yeah, it's really nice. I know yesterday he wanted that ball back. Kind of like we said, the field wasn't playing too well yesterday, so he gets a perfect hop here on the turf. Does a great job setting his feet, trusting that backhand, and just making a nice throw.
And not sure about Avonworth's home field, but if they're on a natural surface versus turf, obviously the turf here tonight, you'd say would be an advantage for Neshannock playing on turf. Big rip down the left field line. It's going to fall fair and go all the way to the fence past Luke Lease. Extra bases for Ben Barnes. A 1-out double, and he smoked that one, his 4th double of the year.
Now batting, number 11, Hunter Blackson.
Yeah, so here for the Antelopes, got to get that runner over to third no matter what it takes. I'm looking here as a hitter to go to that right side. Probably looking for that fastball middle out. Just trying to get him over. There, you're anything away from scoring a run early.
Hunter Blackson, you alluded to the Allegheny College commit. That is him at the plate right now. Watch his ball 1 just outside. I think the Neshannock fans just realizing that it was called a ball. And this one for sure downstairs, 2-0 the count.
Yeah, he's definitely squeezing early there. He's going to make these pitchers work for their strikes.
2 hits so far for Avonworth, 1 for Neshannock. This one catches Black on the outer half. 2-1 to count to Blackson, a .244 hitter on the year. And as a pitcher, is there really anything specific that you do when you see that the zone's going to be exceptionally tight early?
No, just got to trust my stuff, especially in the playoffs. I know we put in a lot of time, a lot of preparation. Got to stay within yourself, slow down, take a step off the mound, take my hat off, deep breath, try and get some positive thoughts here, and just attack and trust my game plan.
3-1 to count now. Fry working quickly, gets right back in there, gets a swing and a miss, and the count runs full.
3-2, you're going to hear me say it a lot today. Throw your best. If it's a fastball, the breaking ball, the changeup, no matter what you feel most comfortable with, I want to see it right here.
Fry brings a ball downstairs, and Blackson chases out of the zone. Big strikeout. Second strikeout and second out of the inning for Fry.
Now batting number 1.
Yeah, and I think Hunter's going to want both of those last 2 pitches back, kind of chase 2 fastballs out of the zone. That could be a case of nerves just getting to you a little bit in the playoff game. Got to relax, slow the game down, and stick to your game plan. Senior
Tyler Hormel in there. Strike 1 called on the outside corner. A .364 hitter. Runner still in scoring position there after the double is Ben Barnes.
Timing play.
And a throw wasn't high. They may have had a chance, and I think Fry knows it. Gave a little pound to the glove. So
yeah.
on that one, what is Fry going off of? Is that a time between pitcher and catcher?
Yeah, Fry was definitely going off the catcher there, where the catcher's actually going to drop his glove, or any movement is when Fry goes to make that throw.
Beautiful breaking ball there, and the count now 0-2 to the 8th hitter in the Lopes batting order.
0-2, just showing something here, trying to get to that 1-2 pitch. It's got to be a strikeout or a ball. No ball put in play here for the Lancers.
And it is way up in the eye. We'll take that.
That's it.
Flip to first from Fry. 1-3 to complete the putout. A runner left in scoring position after the 1-out double. We're scoreless through 2 innings of play between the Neshannock Lancers and the Avonworth Antelopes. Back in a moment at lcsportsnet.com and at Trib Live High School Sports Network. For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination. Apologize for the audio issues there for a couple of our commercials, getting that rectified here. So we head to the top of the 3rd inning. This will be our Melee Chiropractic inning. Between the top and bottom of the innings, we will take a look at the softball happenings going on. We have 1 semifinal today and 2 semifinals tomorrow, featuring Lawrence County teams. That's in WPIAL playoff action. You also have Wilmington and D10 semifinals. That's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We'll try to keep you abreast on the situations there as well. 1-1 to count to Luke Gleese, as it is the Gleese family due up here in the top of the 3rd inning. Luke, Rob, and Jack, the 8-9-1 hitters.
Yeah, like we talked about last time the Lancers were up, going to that breaking ball late.
1-2, there it is, and it's fouled out of play into the factory down the right field line. Count remains 1-2. Lee Moan, the Butler resident, loves telling the stories that when they had Butler Blue Sox games here, they had, if they returned baseballs, as in kids, as this one's called, strike 3 in the outside corner. 3rd strikeout, 1 every inning so far for Colin Crawford. To finish the thought real quick, though, they would allow a free hot dog if you returned a baseball from the stands on a foul ball. They had to stop doing that, though, because kids started climbing the fence and getting into the construction site area, and that was the last thing they wanted to see happen. Now Rob Gleese in there. He watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Both pitchers about even in the pitch count department, in the low 30s here. Look like Leafs behind on that fastball, count even at 1-1. Leafs a .353 hitter. And he drives this one towards center field, but that will settle under it, and shallow left center is Derek Brooks. Sounded good off the bat, but Brooks had a beat on it the whole way, and that's now 6 straight retired by Colin Crawford.
Yeah, Colin really not showing that breaking ball early here. Now I'm sure he'll throw it here first pitch, but wait until he gets to 1 or 2 strikes to show that thing. A lot of fastballs early. Lancers got to recognize this and jump on it.
Jack Lease had the 9-pitch at bat in his the
Right
leadoff bat, right on cue.
It's like I called for.
The Avonworth coaching staff in the head of Richie Saragnese.
I think I know that guy pretty well down there. It's calling pitches for the Avonworth, my old college roommate.
Back-to-back breaking balls, but this one, though, misses outside. Evens the count at 1-1. That's a nice little hook that Colin Crawford has as well.
That's it. When you can command that fastball and then just show that breaking ball, you don't have to throw it too much, but just to show it, it's going to work. But everything plays off the fastball. All these young kids nowadays want to try and throw a cutter, a slider, all these splitters, all this craziness. Just command your fastball, and you can be successful.
Command the fastball, and then you can have that second, third, potentially fourth pitch. The 1-1. Breaking ball freezes Gleese, and
3 straight.
Yeah, so now what do you do? 3 straight breaking balls? Do you come back a 4th time, or do you now try to blow one by?
I'm probably trying to show something here. I'm going to throw a fastball either right at his hands or elevated up at his chin if I'm pitching. There it is, going up.
But it misses down. 1 hop to the shortstop. Soralski to first base to end the inning. Another 1-2-3 inning. Missed his spot, but got away with it, as the Lancers are retired in order. Still scoreless between Neshannock and Avonworth. We'll keep it right here because it is time for our Maley Chiropractic Minute. Your Maley Minute, where we take a look at the softball happenings across Lawrence County. Mentioned that Wilmington will be taking their District 10 semifinals tomorrow. How about Ava Williamson? 13 strikeouts in the quarterfinal victory, a 7-0 victory in their opening round playoff game. Tonight, Union doing battle with Chartiers Houston. They trailed early by a score of 2-0, but they've come back and in a big way. Last score update we had was 13-5, Union leading Chartiers Houston. That's now in the 7th inning there, trying to make their 5th straight trip. I'm sorry, baseball was looking for their 5th straight trip. They lost today. Softball's 4th straight potential trip here this year for the Union Scotties. And tomorrow, we mentioned Neshannock will take on Greensburg Central Catholic. That's a 3 o'clock game at North Allegheny, and Laurel in the semifinal game number 2 at North Allegheny at 5 o'clock. They will take on Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. We'll have both those games right here at lcsportsnet.com. There's your Maley Minute, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game as we keep you in the game of the happenings across the softball universe with Lawrence County. And then there's 8 teams in the county, Yook, and there's 4 that are in their district semifinals. That's pretty good numbers.
That's awesome. I mean, it seems like it's every sport. I know basketball, we were making a good run here in Lawrence County. Football, every year you're going to get a good run from a Lawrence County team, specifically the Neshannock Lancers with head coach Freddie Mazzocco, always going to be in at least the WPIAL semifinals.
That is where the Neshannock Lancers bowed out, both in the basketball and football district playoffs this year. And I know they hate hearing the name Olsh because that was a buzzer beater that knocked out the Lancers basketball team. 2-0 pitch in there for a called strike 1. 2-1 now the count to Brandon Sapolsky. He's a 9-hitter, 9-1-2 due up here for the Antelopes. Fry missed that one upstairs, so now 3-1 to count. He's missing a lot off the outside corner.
Yeah, missing elevated a little bit, it looks like. Just kind of rushing to that plate. I'd like to see him, even if he's not going to come up to that balance point like that, I'd like to see him at least sit into his back right hip a little bit longer. That's going to help with his timing so his arm can kind of get out front, and we can get that heavy ball of his going downhill a little bit, just like that. And
payoff pitch is going to be a slow roller to the second baseman. Rind quickly off to first for Jake to get the first out of the inning and retire Sapolsky.
Yeah, that's a sign of a successful pitcher right there. You got to adjust pitch to pitch. We cannot adjust batter to batter. If you adjust batter to batter, it's too late. You're not going to have enough time to adjust. A good team like Avonworth is going to capitalize if you're going to go batter to batter. We got to get going. We got to keep this game moving here for Bubba. He's doing a tremendous job so far.
And as the leadoff batter comes to the plate, How much of that is the pitcher recognizing what they need to adjust versus what a coach is telling him to adjust there from the dugout, I should say?
Yeah, it's kind of a combination of both. And
this one is hit towards right field, going back and making the catch in shallow right field is the second baseman, so 2 outs by Jake Rind. Good tracking there, but how much of it is the pitcher and how much of it is the coach?
Yeah, I'm going to put most of that here on the Neshannock Lancers coaching staff, specifically here with Coach Kurt Ladd. I know he deals a lot with the pitchers and the catchers, but Bubba, guys who's experienced, a senior who's going to play at Slippery Rock, just little things he does like keeping the game sped up or slowing the game down a little bit when he gets behind.
First pitch in there for strike one to Cooper Sharding, now 2 down here in the inning.
Yeah, last time Cooper laced a fastball up the middle, so of course what's Coach Latta do? Goes to that breaking ball first pitch.
That was on a 3-1 count, and now this one misses outside to even the count at 1-1.
Yeah, so in this situation with 2 outs, no one on base, you can really challenge, like, here's my best fastball, let me see what you're going to do with it. Just like that.
And behind it on that one. So again, the mind of Yook, the mind of the pitcher, what's going with 1-2 after a fastball is late and fouled off?
Probably going back to a breaking ball here, but again, like I talk about on the 1-2, got to be under the knees, above the chin, but if we're throwing the breaking ball, we're going to be down in the dirt. There it is.
But he missed it upstairs. So then what's the adjustment he needs to make when that breaking ball is missing upstairs? He's had a couple of those now.
Yeah, like we talked about after Bubba's last start, we had a conversation about trying to get out in front of his body a little bit more with his middle finger and like pulling that thing down through the catcher's chest.
That one it looked like he tried to rear back even more, missed upstairs, and the count runs full with 2 down.
Yep, just stay within yourself. Little thing like that, always taking his hat off, taking a deep breath. That's a sign of an experienced hitter or pitcher.
Experienced pitcher against a rookie, a freshman in the box, but the freshman Cooper Sharding fouls that one off. Count will remain full.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a freshman in there, though. My man's handling that bat well, laced a single right up the middle, getting into a deep count here on his second at-bat. Even if he gets out here, quality at-bat. Nice.
And he does earn the 2-out walk, the first walk issued by either pitcher today. Cooper Sharding on base for the second time.
Yeah, that's a sign of respect to the freshman right there. Throwing a 3-2 breaking ball with no one on there and 2 outs. You can keep peppering that fastball and make them beat you. But the Neshannock Lancers kind of, all right, this guy's a good hitter. We got to try and spin and slow his bat down a little bit. Just didn't execute.
And he's off and running, and it doesn't matter as this pitch misses inside and hits Mason Metz. And didn't I mention that catchers like to get hit?
Yeah, I think you said that last time he was up.
Now batting number 3.
So here's a scenario right here where I'd love to see someone call time, go talk to your pitcher, slow everything down. We got we got Mason Metz up to bat, and right on cue. Coach Q going out to the mound just as I called for.
So this is your Pontius Insurance trip to the mound. Make sure you take the time out and save money on your insurance by calling agents Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, or Tracy Giddings to get started today. Voted best of the best was Miss Tracy Giddings, best of the best insurance agent in Lawrence County. And I think it's also because you have the Penn State commit coming up in Mason Horwat, who has 4 home runs on the year to lead the team, total of 12 extra base hits, doubles, triples. He splatters it all over the field, as you would expect. I mean, if he's committed to go up to Happy Valley, you're going to see some pretty good swings, and that's an improving Happy Valley Penn State team.
Yeah, I know they had a really good year this year, but all you're seeing here from Coach Q is he's trying to get the momentum back into the Lancer dugout. When you walk a guy on a deep count and then hit a guy on that first pitch, all the momentum goes to the Antelopes. So basically what Coach Q's doing, getting that momentum kind of back in neutral in the middle, hopefully towards the Lancers dugout here. That's just a sign of experience coaching. It's the little things like that that wins and loses ball games. It's why Neshannock is what Neshannock baseball is.
Throw over to first base and sliding back in at first. Well, it's not Metz anymore. It's Hanny who is running over there as your courtesy runner, your Castle Asphalt courtesy runner. And now the timing play to second and all over it. So that's also part of what's being talked about is the discussions of maybe what's going on with these pickoff moves, but Avonworth all ready for it. That's Jacob Haney, the runner at first base, as the courtesy runner. Fastball down at the knees for strike one.
Yeah, James, and how about real quick this text message I just got right here. We have someone watching from Aruba right now.
How about that?
Joe Correa watching the Neshannock Lancers from Aruba. How about that?
Another timing play to second base, sliding back in, and I think they did that because Neshannock thought that he had taking the hand off of the bag, did the freshman Cooper Sharding last time he slid back in, and Gleese keeping the tag on him, but safe the call again. This one misses down and away, count even at 1-1.
Yeah, probably going to that breaking ball here. When you're yanking that fastball like that, got to go somewhere else to try and get back to the center of that zone with your body.
Now timing move to first base, and actually hits the base runner.
Oh boy.
And did it go out of play?
Yeah, I think Grant pushed that out of play. Yep, that's exactly what happened. He went to pick it up and it hit off his, he just kind of hit it with his glove into the net over there.
Yeah, guess it is open on that side, so because of that, we have to rule an error because it went out of play. So just like that, now you have 2 runners in scoring position.
Now, I get what the Lancers are trying to do here, but we got to keep our focus on the batter here.
And they're going to put him on, I think, because of that. Yeah, I think that's the right move. You got the open base now. You send the Penn State commit down to first base. So the intentional walk will bring now Jacob Osborne to the plate. And he's no slouch, though, at the plate is Jacob Osborne. He's going to Mount Union. He had 3 RBI yesterday. But the bases are full of Antelopes here.
Jacob Osborne.
In the bottom of the 3rd inning, looking for the first runs in the game.
Yeah, a lot of life here.
First pitch for strike 1 on the inside corner of Osborne, a .380 hitter on the season. Fry, long pause. Now delivers, breaking ball on a beauty. Missed inside.
That was in.
Guess so.
Wow. I know I got a tough viewpoint here right now, but.
Now the camera right behind home plate doesn't lie. That's close on the breaking ball.
on.
One hopper,
There
good
you go.
bounce for Rind, and getting
That's
out of
it.
it, leaving the bases loaded. Fry induces the ground out, 4-3 to end the frame, and in fact, Rind takes care of all 3 outs in the inning. We've played 3 and we're scoreless in the Class 3A semifinals. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, the Trip Live High School Sports Network.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
More and more, people are consuming information on screens. Businesses that want to engage, educate, or entertain clients are turning to Toshiba to provide inspired communication with digital signage experiences that attract attention in novel and entertaining ways. Information needs to be managed to be effective, and organizations can trust Toshiba to provide solutions for improved workflow, which help to securely store, organize, and manage information, whether in digital or physical form. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
Top of the 4th inning, and Neshannock and Avonworth tied scoreless. 2-3-4 hitters, Valentine, Rind, and Melder due up, and first pitch swinging is Valentine. But between innings, Yook, you said sounded like a fired up Neshannock dugout after that ground out to end the inning.
Yeah, a lot of emotion going on. A lot of yelling over there from Coach Q. I'm thinking there's something going on down on the field that we're not aware about up here. Normally he's pretty calm and cool. I mean, he was in his guys' ears there. He was getting at him a little bit.
1-1 the count to Valentine, 12 RBI on the year.
Excited to hear about that after the game.
Downstairs now 2-1. 12 RBI, the biggest one coming in the walk-off win at home against Shenango, completing the season sweep, and that's why Neshannock ended up as the 6th seed, Shenango as the 10 seed. Shenango having to face these Lopes 1 round earlier than Neshannock. 3-1 now the count. Crawford, first time he's really been showing some issues on the mound with control.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 spot here from Gio. Know what you want, where you want it. Got to hunt that fastball, probably middle in. Got to be perfect put on a tee here, or I'm just spitting on it.
Catches the outside corner, and the count goes full to Valentine here in the top of the 4th inning. By the way, it is a final. We do have our first Lawrence County team into the championships. Union defeated Chartiers Houston in softball 13-5. This one off the end of the bat towards first base, but it will drift foul. Count will remain full. So congrats to the Lady Scots trying to repeat as WPIAL champions. And as I mentioned, this is for sure at least 4 in a row. Yeah, 4 in a row sounds correct in terms of making it to the WPIAL championship game.
Man, they got some athletes up there at Union for the ladies, huh?
Ladies.
Basketball, softball.
Downstairs for ball 4.
They wanted that one.
Leadoff walk, the first one issued by Avonworth, and as a pitcher, I would have wanted it too. You're right.
That's a perfect pitch there as a pitcher.
A miss is just downstairs, says our home plate umpire. So Valentine, the leadoff walk. And now Nate Rind to the plate. Rind finishing up his baseball career. He'll be going to YSU not to play ball, but to be in the engineering, the honors program, studying engineering. Quick snap tag over there from Mason Horwath off of the good move from Crawford, but Valentine in there safely.
Yeah, and like I said yesterday a few times, I know I referenced it at least 3 or 4 times that it's a race to 2. Whoever's going to get to 2 is going to win this game. I think this one might be pretty similar, where whoever's going to get to 1, 2, maximum 3 runs in this game is going to have a good chance to win.
So 3 times over to first base. If this is a Major League Baseball, you'd have the
balk.
It'd be a balk now, right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't know how much I like that rule.
Because you would know then for sure after the first 2 disengagements that you'd be going to the plate.
Yeah, and for Cullen, we got to stay focused on the hitter. I get it, but Gio really not a high steal guy. Got to stay focused here. Got to stay locked in. I love what he's trying to do with keeping the runners right or checking, but we got to stay locked in on here.
He is going, though, a hit and run into the screen. Count even at 1-1. You say not a high steal guy. He does have double digits, 10 steals on the year, and as a team, 54 swiped bags for the Neshannock Lancers. That seems like a high number until you see Avonworth putting up 100.
Yeah, and I remember when I was in college, I believe we broke the PSAC record that was actually broken this year, where we stole 150 more bases than our opponents. I mean, so I'm used to base running, stealing. A guy that I played at Cal with, he's kind of running this team down there in the dugout. So that makes a lot of sense that we're going to take our chances. We're going to have high percentage. As long as we're swiping bags around 70, 80%, we're good. We'll live with being thrown out every now and then.
The 1-1 is golf foul down the first baseline and out of play 1-2. So 70, 80%. That was your goal, and so that's the number you're looking for, okay?
Yeah, that's the number we're looking for. Now that's at the college level in Division II, so at high school we probably might have a little bit higher percentages than that. I'm guessing a lot of the catchers aren't throwing sub-2 pop times like you're going to see in the PSAC.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Rind.
Good hold.
Change up there, right back to the pitcher. To second base for 1, on to first for the second. No, he's safe at second. He never stepped on second base, did Brandon Sapolsky. So that is your 1-6-3 single play that gets Valentine to second base.
Yeah, and that's the little things like that that are going to win and lose ball games in the playoffs. I mean, the pitcher did everything he was supposed to do. Colin came set, slowed the hitter down, had a long hold, held to about 4 Mississippi. Then he slowed him down even more with the breaking ball. Set his feet, made a great throw, just not sure exactly what happened there from our shortstop here.
Sapolsky was coming over, he caught it, and you saw him take the extra step to make sure he stepped on the base, but he ended up missing it on the near side. So Neshannock with a runner in scoring position for the first time today.
Yeah, and for the Lancers, got to capitalize here. It's already the 4th inning. You don't know how many more chances you're going to get. Got to get them over here for Grant. Do your job, push them towards third.
Back-to-back breaking balls, trying to induce another ground ball, but 2-0 the count.
So probably no fastballs coming here. Like I keep saying, one spot, got to know what you want here, which is going to be a fastball, knowing Grant. Go and swing for that fence here if you get it. If not, spit on it.
Ooh, another breaking ball, so 3-0 the count. Melder going to Penn State Shenango for the inaugural season of that program next year. One of a couple of the Neshannock Lancers who are making the trip up north to the Shenango Valley.
Yeah, that's going to be a team we're going to want to keep some eyes on here.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of guys that are heading up there.
3-1 now the count. Back to 1 pitch, 1 spot here for Melder. Yeah, I got to get to broadcast Penn State Shenango basketball games for the last 2 years, so I'm going to have to put a plug into Mr. Greenberg's ear up north. Get a few baseball games on the air.
Yeah, would love to do that. Know a lot of guys on that team.
3-1, step off and throw to second base. Actually saw an inside move work for a pickoff for Riverside against East Allegheny earlier today.
Yeah, that's a move right there that we don't see very often from a right-handed pitcher. You just step back with your right foot and kind of just turn your body, throw across your body. Not high success on that pickoff move.
It was a pretty quick move, and then a quick delivery to the plate, so it misses upstairs. Ball 4, 2 on, 1 down. Bubba Fry to the plate, but first, a trip to the mound for the Avonworth Antelopes.
Yeah, and there's Tyler Bywalski. Same thing that Coach Q did last half inning. Kind of the momentum's going towards the Lancer dugout. So what do you do as a coach? You go out and try and slow that momentum down, kind of slow everything down for your team, put on your bunt defense, put on anything that you think the Lancers might be doing. The Antelopes know. I talked to Tyler and his father, the head coach, before the game. They know the type of team that they're facing here in Neshannock. They're prepared for everything. Got to be ready for anything. I know Bubba's at the plate, probably just going to let him hack here and see what he can do with the baseball, but just a tremendous mound visit. It's the little things like that that can win and lose ball games.
This is the 3rd straight year for Avonworth into the WPIAL semifinals, but this has been as far as they have gone each of the last 2 years. You know, that's got to be a big topic of discussion, especially for the seniors like Crawford, trying to get over the hump. And another breaking ball, this one way outside. Good block by Metz behind the dish.
Yeah, and that's a lot of breaking balls he's thrown in this inning. It's just not there right now, so this is going to happen throughout the course of a game as a pitcher. This is why you got to have that 3rd pitch that we talked about. Got to be able to show a change-up.
1-0 fastball, and that one's downstairs.
Just not getting anything right now.
Mentioned Fry going to Slippery Rock, had the sack fly last night to bring in Neshannock's first run of the game. Now he's going to be sitting dead red.
Oh, yeah, green light here for Bubba.
Step off again for a snap throw. It's almost like the way he's doing it, almost like he's throwing over to first base. I'll tell you what, though, he is making a quick throw with Hummel covering at second.
Yeah, and for how unconventional, how difficult that move is, he's doing a good job with it, but I just like him to do the inside move.
This one's popped down the first base line, and there's a lot of open room over there. If it does clear, it did, but it fell down. So that is really odd because, like, it's tough for us to see even. We're waiting for the umpire to make the call. Here's the thing: if that ball is caught, Yook,
they're tagging.
You want to be tagging because
absolutely, he's not making that throw.
Because he can't throw over, and if he does throw over, we've seen that happen before. That's a 2-base error.
Yeah, and that could even be. I don't want to push it here, but that could even be a potential double tag with how deep that ball goes. With his angle, he's not going to be able to make a throw. He's going to have to sprint all the way in play.
Or almost like a relay, and I'm sure that's not something you practice very often. Until you get here, maybe you talk about it, but nonetheless, a great comeback here. Back-to-back strikes from Crawford, evens the count at 2-2. Andrew Bubba Fry finally getting postseason action for the Lancers now in his senior year. Good hold on the high fastball, and the count runs full. And missed baseball season playoffs last year, came for football this year, went out for the team, and ineligible for playoffs. Injured during hoop season, so no playoffs there. Now with a payoff pitch, and he draws the walk. It's bases full of Lancers without a hit. 3 walks in the inning given up by Colin Crawford. He only had 12 walks all season long.
Yeah, and that double play ball that Colin did a great job on it. Shortstop just kind of missed the base. That is looking like it might come back to haunt the Antelopes here. Got to take your time, touch the base. It's a routine, tailor-made double play ball. Gonna happen sometimes. The Lancers got to capitalize. Man on third, less than 2 outs. You got to score the run.
And so now they're going to bring the corners up, Will Avonworth defensively, and Coach Q uses his offensive conference. Already a member of the Lawrence County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, could we see another squeeze here from the Lancers like we saw yesterday?
With the force play?
Maybe not. Just you never know. I mean, in a tight ball game like this, Lancers are playing for 1 run. I wouldn't count them out.
First pitch outside corner for strike 1 to Jake Rinn, and he's someone, though, I would trust usually to put the ball in play. He struck out his first time at bat, but he's only got about 6 strikeouts on the entire season.
Yeah, and he's deep in the box right now, so I don't think that's going to be on. No.
Fouls this one. Quickly up 0-2, so 3 walks in the inning for Colin Crawford, but working ahead finally. Last few batters, he's thrown a first pitch ball. Good to see him come back. Boom, boom, strike 1, strike 2.
That's the name of the game for a pitcher. Got to attack, trust your stuff, trust your game plan, and get ahead of these hitters early. Then you can go anywhere. Here it looks like they're going to elevate with the fastball above his hands.
1-2, and he just got a piece of it, did Jake Rinn.
Yeah, and he missed the spot there, got away with one. 0-2, we got to get above the hands. The catcher was set up. His whole body was kind of standing up there, which I trust my guy behind the plate there. I hear you can either repeat that or spin something down in the dirt. Trust my catcher, gonna block it.
The 0-2. It is another fastball. It's again lifted foul and out of play. Not a lot of room behind the catcher and to the backstop. Only about 25 feet, but it is some awkward angles, so a bounce could go just about anywhere. So keep that in mind with any potential pass ball. Saw a bunch in the Riverside game that runners elected not even to try. Here's the 0-2 again. There's the breaking ball, and it's drilled towards left field right at Ben Barnes. Will that be deep enough? Barnes is going to come up with the gun, and it's going to be cut off, trying to advance to third and being unable to do so.
Coach Q doesn't like that one.
Yeah, he thought Melder should have stayed at second. The run does count, though, so the sac fly from Rind brings home the first run of the game. The double play, though, coming in. Good job to cut it off by Horwat and to throw it over to third. Lancers, though, on the board first for the Toshiba RBI. 1-0 Neshannock, leading Avonworth. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Building Block Baseball is a local organization dedicated to and actively involved in teaching and development of local baseball talent. 3B provides weekly baseball seminars from January through May to enhance local baseball knowledge for players, coaches, and parents. Building Block Baseball is available for one-on-one development programs, team instructions, and group sections. 3B also provides Lawrence County with their own collegiate summer baseball team. The 3B Barons showcase top collegiate baseball talents of the area. Visit buildingblocksbaseball.com for more information and for their free downloadable documents and videos. Whether you're just learning the game, playing in college, or coaching a team, 3B can get you the building blocks of baseball today.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Bottom of the fourth inning, the sac fly from Jake Rinn gets it done. First run on the board for the Neshannock Lancers, though they do leave another runner on the bags as a result. But the double play, why is Coach Q not pleased with that decision to try to go to third?
Yeah, and Grant there, he's on second base. The play is right in front of him, so he doesn't even need his coach to tell him whether to go or not. And for some reason, I think he's just anticipating a throw going all the way home. But there's a cutoff man that you're taught to throw the ball through his head. I mean, Grant knows that stuff. Just a little mistake could come back to get the Lancers.
Ben Barnes up to bat, 0-1, quickly 0-2 as Fry wheeling and dealing here in a hurry. The throw was high coming in, but
it was. But still, the ball's right in front of you. I mean, you see everything.
This one lined towards the left center gap. This could be extra bases.
Yeah, he's getting on two.
Good job to cut it off by Cubelis before it got all the way to the fence, but that is a lead-off double for Ben Barnes. He's swinging a hot bat. 2 doubles already
again,
for the 6-hitter.
0-2 count. We got to execute. We got to get to the 1-2. It's little things like that. We can't make that mistake. I know he's throwing a heavy fastball. He's throwing really well. He's only given up, 2 hits so far. That's the 3rd there. But still, we got to get to that 1-2. Just show that thing off the plate.
Now we'll see if they try to sacrifice runners over. Hunter Blackson to the plate, not showing in a first pitch ball on the outside corner. And another one drilled to left field, and we got a tie ball game just like that. Throw's going to be cut off.
And we got a tie ball game. Look at this dugout over here from the Antelopes. Wow, exploding.
So after they give up a sac fly, it's back-to-back hits to start the inning for Avonworth, and just like that, on the Toshiba RBI, we're tied at 1.
Coach Q thinking he missed third. We're going to appeal it.
He's going to ask about it, and not seen.
I like it. Nothing to lose there for the Lancers. Might as well try. Might we see a bunt here? We're going down to the 8-hitter, no outs. Tyler Hamill up the bat.
I said maybe bunt on the last one.
Yeah, he wants to talk to his coach here, so obviously that means something's on. you just don't go and call time. He's taking his helmet off, putting it in front of his face, right in front of the Lancer dugout, so you know something's on here, whether it's a hit and run, a bunt. Now, if I'm Avonworth, maybe I'm adjusting and going to the second pitch. So I'm going to give him one pitch to swing away and then go back to my plan of the bunt. Something's on. Lancers got to be prepared. You know they are.
And not ready yet is our home plate umpire as he was marking down that offensive conference use. You get one per inning. Runner goes, squaring the bunt, and a good job of getting the bunt down on the breaking ball. Only play will be to first, and just in the nick of time, 2-3 on the putout, but the sacrifice executed by the senior second baseman, Tyler Hummel.
I love what I'm seeing from the Antelopes right now. I mean, they are leaving everything on this field. The runner on first, dead, sprinting to second, going head first, batter, sacrificing, putting a bunt down, sliding in head first, getting up and just pounding his chest, screaming on a bunt. I just love what I'm seeing here from this team.
The senior asked to bunt, or maybe even said, hey, I want to bunt, as he's the one who kind of made his way down to third base himself. So you love that sort of we, not me attitude. First pitch swinging here, it's fouled, chopped right down to the third baseline. Coach Wywalski takes care of that. And now we're ready to stop and take a breath because that was 3 straight pitches with a ball put in play. Fry steps off as hustling back to second is Hunter Blackson. He represents the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-1 now the count.
Yeah, when you're pitching, when you got a guy on second base, you're taught to deliver that pitch when the runner on second stops his feet.
So as a runner, you want to not stop your feet, which
Correct.
is what you just saw there from Blackson.
Yeah, so when they check you as on the other side, as a base runner, even if he checks you, you just keep moving your feet, but you're staying in place. As soon as Bubba turns his head forward, you're going to keep gaining ground towards that third baseman. Looks like the Antelopes are taking the same approach that we used in college. I played with Tyler Wywalski, the coach here down at Cal U. Really successful. I mean, this is a good count to maybe swipe third, but you got your 9-hitter up, leadoff guy on deck, probably not going here.
The 1-2 breaking ball just got a piece of it, hit Brandon Sapolsky. We've talked about this Avonworth staff. How about this for an interesting little factoid? Every single person on that staff has either coached and or played for South Park.
Impressive.
And that's a pretty darn good program to come from.
I know we got a lot of ex-collegiate players in that dugout as well. So,
and young coaches giving back, that's always fun to see as well, as another one's foul back to the screen.
Some extremely well-coached teams. Extremely well. I mean, for high school baseball, especially in AAA, where we don't have these big powerhouse 6A teams, I know both of these teams are ready to go, both game plans. You hate to see one of the dreams end tonight, but unfortunately it's going to happen.
Breaking ball chopped towards first with a lot of spin. Melder's going to take a step on first base. 3 unassisted for the out. Blackson will advance to third on the play. 2 down now in the inning. Top of the order due up, and just to make sure clear, yes, the dream ends tonight for a WPIAL championship, but both of these teams have already clinched a berth, as there are 4 teams. All 4 semifinalists will be into the state playoffs, which is good to see.
Yeah, and that last at-bat, I mean, that's playing for the name on the front of your jersey right there. Yeah, sure, it goes in the book as an offer, but you move that runner 90 feet up, pass ball, he scores here. That's just doing your job, playing for your team, not yourself.
First pitch, a strike to the leadoff hitter, Derek Brooks, as it's now the 3rd time through the order. 0 for 2 is Brooks today.
Yeah, and that's the 2nd time they spun early on him. I mean, he's hitting .355 going into this game, showing a lot of respect here to Brooks.
The 0-1 and another breaking ball. This one misses off the plate. Count even at 1-1. The WPIAL champion will take on the District 6 runner-up. WPIAL runner-up will take on the sub-regional victor. That's District 5, 8, and 9 doing battle. This ground ball.
Tough play.
It's going to be too red. Has to get out of the glove quickly to get the speedy Brooks at first, and he does.
Yeah, that ball was spinning funky off the bat. I know it looks like a routine ball just hit the second base, but that thing had that kind of side spin where it almost ate him up a little bit. It did a great job of just attacking that ball and playing through it.
1 run on 2 hits. 1 runner left on the bags. Both Neshannock and Avonworth score a solo run in the 4th inning. We'll be back in a moment. 3 innings left to play in regulation here at lcsportsnet.com.
Are you looking to make a difference? Well, here is your opportunity. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services is looking for compassionate foster parents now. If you are over the age of 21, in good health, and wanting to help a child in need, we're in need of you. Receive free training and compensation by becoming a foster parent. Call 724-658-2558 and let Bill, Brooklyn, and Heather get you started. Make a difference and become a foster parent today. Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Number 2, Don Cabela.
6 runners left on base for Avonworth, just 2 for Neshannock here so far, but the only score that matters is the 1-1 score on the board. Keep an eye on the pitch counts, though. 65 pitches thrown here from Colin Crawford. Pitch by inning, 17, 10, 11, but that last inning, 27, where Neshannock got their first run of the game.
Yeah, and ideally we want about 15 pitches per inning. So other than that last inning, we're getting some good stuff here from Colin. Just keep attacking, keep trusting your stuff. Show that fastball early. He's going to spin late. We know the game plan.
Inside corner, count even at 1-1 to Cubelis as Jake Rind on the sac fly double play ended the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, that's the one I want to see Dom just come unglued on. Fastball middle in on a 1-1 count.
This one a little bit down
That's
and away.
tough to see.
It gets high above the lights. I've
see
lost it. Is he tracking
Oh.
it? Yes, he is. How about Ben Barnes sticking with it? The light's not terribly high here, so Neshannock again played here in a night game earlier in the year, and there were a couple fly balls where it looked like you were right settled underneath it, and then it landed 30 feet to your right. You had no idea. So any ball in the air the rest of the way, you better...
You're on 2. Out of the box, got to know to be on 2.
First pitch misses outside for ball 1. There's your first kind of calls from the bench of, hey, where did that pitch come from? Foul ball down the right field line, giving chase, and Horvat's going to run out of room. Count even at 1-1 to Luke Glees, a .250 hitter on the season.
Yeah, a little late so far for Luke to start this game. I'd like to see him kind of adjust to that 2-strike approach almost. We're going to shorten your load. You're going to maybe choke up just a tad. And just think single towards that 352 sign out in right center. He's getting a little long right now, which is why he's getting underneath everything. Now, as a pitcher, I'm going to keep attacking hard if I see a guy that's late like that. There you go.
Little soft
That's
liner.
That's all you got to do.
Kind of the in-between. Sapolsky didn't know what to do with it, whether to get it on the hop or try to catch it in the air, and it ends up going right through the wickets. Error is going to get the first runner of the inning, first error of the game against Avonworth.
And that's what we just said before that pitch. Shorten up, just put a ball in play. You never know what's going to happen. That's it from Luke. You don't got to hit a ball over the 425 sign in center field. You're a single doubles guy. Know your game. Stick to your approach. Stick to your game plan late in a playoff game. It's going to pay off just like that.
Now Rob squares the bunt and attempts on an outside pitch for strike 1.
That's it. These two teams got to stick to their game plans. I know these two teams prepare. They start in the fall. They have full fall seasons where they're playing almost 15 games in the fall. You got to stick to what got you here. You cannot forget your game plan at this point. We have 72 pitches.
That was pitch number 72, yes, and Crawford.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, he was just staring down first base before he stepped on the rubbers,
bunt.
Waiting for anything. Rob mad at himself because he can't get the bunt down. 0-2 now the count.
Yeah, and his brother's yelling at him right there from the on-deck box.
And now he's yelling, hey, change
Let's
the
go.
approach. Let's go get something done.
And that's the thing here. Next pitch. Next pitch. Got to move on. What's done is done. Yeah, we didn't get the job done with our bunts, but you can still do the job and move them over. Just move on to the next pitch. Can't live in the past in baseball. Best pitcher. Now on the flip side for pitchers, we always say the best pitchers have the worst memories.
Ground ball to the pitcher. This time getting to the bag at short is Sapolsky to first to complete the double play. They had a chance at it earlier. Didn't get it. They come back and get the 1-6-3 double play this time, Yook, and that time the pause from Crawford to make sure his guy got to the bag this time.
Yeah, he took his time to let his guy get there. Still, as a pitcher, got to set your feet. Shortstop did a really good job of coming through the base that time. on the last time when he didn't touch the base, kind of stayed back behind it, almost towards center field. Got to work through that thing, and then you're trained, you're taught. Once you let go of that ball, got to get your feet up in the air, got to get up over that runner. You're taught, as a base runner, I'm going in as hard as I can right at your ankles.
To the bottom of the 5th we go, tied at 1 here at lcsportsnet.com.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Changing sides to the bottom of the 5th inning. Neshannock just a hit in the 1st inning. Nancy scored the run courtesy of 3 walks and a sacrifice fly in the top of the 4th. Avonworth has scattered 4 hits, but they strung a couple together to get their only run of the game in the 4th inning. They'll send 2, 3, 4 hitters up here.
For Avonworth, you got to believe, and they know it, this is the inning. You're going through the heart of your order. Your guys, 2, 3, 4, got to make something happen here.
First pitch swinging is the freshman 2-batter, designated hitter Cooper Sharding, who's been on base both times with a single and a walk.
Yeah, showed a lot of breaking balls to him last count. I mean, probably looking to spin here again. No.
By the way, that was just a 9-pitch inning last inning there for Colin Crawford after throwing 27 the inning before. That's how you get your average back down.
That's it. We said 15 or less an inning, the old Coach Bub Kirkwood way, and it works. Chasing.
Down to Chase downstairs, 1-2 now the count. 2 Sharding, 7 ribbies on the year for the freshman.
Yeah, just some great sequencing here. I mean, last at-bat, we threw 3 out of the 4 first pitches being breaking balls. Now we go to 3 straight fastballs.
1-2 fisted back foul out of play. Listen for it to hit my car.
I believe that might have been a breaking ball there. Tough for me to tell. I kind of missed that pitch. I think that was a curveball.
Count will remain 1-2.
Let's get to the next here.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block.
That's it.
Rin makes the block and throws it down to first base to complete the strikeout.
I've been calling for it for 2 straight days. If you've been listening to me for 2 days, I mean, you've heard it many times, and I'm not going to stop saying it. On the 1-2, you start the breaking ball. You start your curveball at the knees. You let it break off to the shins, down to the ankles, or even in that case, down to the ground. You got Nate Rin behind the plate. I trust my guy. He knows it's coming. He's going to barrel it up, kick the feet out, drop his shoulders. Perfect. That's what we're taught to do. Keep pulling that middle finger down.
Ooh, fastball inside corner, strike 1. Maybe the fastest we've seen from the right-hander, Andrew Fry.
He's picking up some steam.
Mason Metz at the plate, fly out, and a hit batsman in his 2 plate appearances today.
Change up.
That one left upstairs, though, evens the count at 1-1. Metz hitting .424 top average on this Avonworth team.
Yeah, and while you throw the changeup, it looks like a fastball, especially to a lefty. It's going to run away from him. And that's it right there.
2 Hopper to second base, Rin to first. 4-3 on the putout. 2 up, 2 down here in the inning.
How many putouts does he have now?
1, 2,
Now batting number 3, Mason.
Got to be at least 5 or 6, half a dozen.
5 on the ground, 1 in the air.
Sophomore getting the sack fly, only RBI of the game for the Lancers. 6 putouts. I love what I'm seeing from the sophomore. Stage is never too big for Jake. I know he prepares. He's ready to go. This is just like he's playing in the backyard.
And now we'll see how they attack Mason Horwath. Hey, he's a cleanup hitter. He's going D1 to Penn State, but you're attacking right now.
I'm trusting my stuff. My stuff's better than yours. I know you're going to Penn State, and I respect you, but when I'm on that mound, on that circle, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're going. My fastball, my breaking ball, my changeup's going to beat you. Of course, I respect you, but ooh, wow, no way. Lancer's got a break there.
Yeah, I think Rind was set up a little inside and
missed across his body. Normally, you don't see the umpires give that one a strike.
But he does, and it's a 2-1 count. That one misses downstairs.
Makeup.
Back up to 3-1.
Yeah, I think that was a makeup. I think the ump knows he missed the last one, so he kind of gave the Antelopes a break there.
Swung on and missed as Horvath wanted to.
He
wanted to drill that one.
Attack, attack, attack. If you're pitching, no one on, 2 outs, deep park here, pitcher's ballpark. I'm just going to throw it by you. I'm going to trust my guys.
Payoff pitch misses downstairs, so it is a walk. And the only caveat that I would say different from obviously when you played, Richie, is the fact that you just wasted 6 pitches. If you were just going to walk in to begin with, if you're going to be extra careful and pitch around, it's an intentional walk, as they kind of, they made him, if he was going to beat you, it was going to be on a Bubba Fry pitch.
Yeah, I like that. We saw all fastballs there, so he was challenging. He was doing exactly what I called for. My best is better than your best. I respect you. I know you're going to Penn State, but let me see you beat me.
Second walk issued, 1 intentional, 1 unintentional to Horwat. 3 total walks now for Fry in the ball game. This 1-0 is drilled.
That's crushed.
Smoked towards deep right center field, giving chase though, playing deep and tracking it down was Dom Cubelis just in front of the warning track, and he made it look easy in the end, though off the bat it certainly was not, Yook.
That ball looked like it was going into the night sky. At least 385, 390, maybe even 400 out to that right center gap with Dom Cubelis, a tremendous athlete, a football player, a fast kid. I'll take my chances. He's going to track it down. That's why you attack. Trust your defense. Trust your center fielder.
We'll be back in a moment. Going to the top of the 6th inning. Lancers and Lopes tied at 1 at lcsportsnet.com.
Coaches, success in the spring on the diamond begins all the way back in the fall. Get your team ready for the spring sports season by joining the Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League. For nearly 2 decades, the WPFBL has hosted some of the top teams in the WPIAL and beyond to hone their skills in a competitive yet developmental environment. Over 60 teams compete in a 6-week fall season, which features Saturday doubleheader games in your region, followed by the playoffs for just $250 plus umpire fees. Coaches can choose to play based on a geographic location and school size, and can choose to compete in the varsity division and to get accustomed to 60-90 baseball in the JV division. For more information or to sign up for the WPFBL, call League President Brian Zarenza or visit WPFBL.totalcamps.com.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Top of the order due up for the Lancers in the top of the 6th inning. Gleese, Valentine, and Rind here in a barn burner in the Class 3A baseball semifinals. And not surprised whatsoever between the Lopes and the Lancers that we're going to have a barn burner like this. Crawford, pitch number 75, is roped but foul. 3rd time through the lineup now for Neshannock. And why is that 3rd time through the lineup so important there, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, you've seen all the sequences. You've seen Jack. 2nd at bat, he got started with a breaking ball. 1st at bat, got started with a fastball. Still late a little bit on that fastball.
That breaking ball upstairs evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, and I don't know how much I like that there from the Antelopes, where when you see a batter that's so late like that, when you're throwing that breaking ball, you're actually getting his barrel to the front of the zone a little bit earlier. So I'd stay hard here if I was them.
And he does there, but downstairs 2-1 the count.
Now, when I say that, Jack is also hitting .593 on the year. Yesterday, I saw him lace about 2 balls. So it's tough here. This is why pitching is so hard. These hitters are just so good sometimes. You got to trust your stuff.
2-1, and it's downstairs. 3-1 to count. So we saw Crawford miss downstairs a bit last inning.
Yeah, here's that red light scenario that I was talking about yesterday. When you miss your spot 3 times, I want to see you step back off the mound, kind of like he's doing right now. He's on the rubber, on the mound. Take your hat off, look at the American flag. That was always my cue, meaning relax, get back within myself.
And he misses downstairs, or late call, excuse me, strike 2. We don't see Jack do that often. He's done it in back-to-back nights.
Yeah, and that's why, just like we said, red light scenario, take a timeout, regroup, reset, get back to your game plan, understand where you're at, who's up to bat, and attack them. Again, let me see it.
Payoff pitch, and it's kind of a half swing, almost a swinging bunt towards second base. It's going to be bang-bang play, but a good job by Tyler Hummel coming up to make the play for the 1st out of the inning.
Yeah, that's the experience of Colin Crawford on the mound right there. Senior, a guy who's thrown a lot of innings, 4-0 on the year, sub-1.5 ERA, over 40 strikeouts. Now, when you just take a second, slow the game back down, realize what you're trying to do, what your game plan is, maybe get away from that 4-seam, go to that 2-seam, just different variations of the fastballs, different looks for Jack to see. I mean, little things like that. That's how we win and lose these games.
I saw Luke Zelenko head down to the bullpen for Avonworth. I haven't seen any action in the Neshannock pen, but we are very much blocked in our location right now as Valentine comes to the plate.
Yeah, and for the Lancers right now, that we got to be dead red. We got to be sitting on that fastball through the last, I mean, what, 2-3 innings now. He's only thrown one breaking ball for a strike, so they got someone in that dugout's got to be on this where they know it's all fastball right now. Just get your hands back a little sooner.
As soon as you say that,
right on time.
That's the first one though that we've seen him be able to put over the plate though for a strike too.
That's the first one he's thrown for a strike since the first, second, fourth inning, third inning against Nate. I mean, that's almost the whole time through the lineup of just dead red fastball.
Good one there. Gets Valentine to chase on the upstairs fastball. 2 up, 2 down. Crawford, after a 3-walk fourth, he's now, with the assistance of a double play, retired the last 5 in order.
Yeah, and for Colin here, attack, 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 no one on, 2 outs, 3 pitches or less. Pitch count starting to get up there a little bit at 84. I got to get him out.
First pitch misses for ball 1 to Nate Rind, who has the only Lancer hit, a 2-out single in the first.
Yeah, my guy, my ex-roommate down there at Cal U's calling pitches. He's just going to stick with his game plan. Got to give him credit for it.
Fouled out of play. Confirmation that Dom Cubelis is warming up as we would have expected probably as the first one out of the pen. He was the first one out in the first round game. The 1-1. Good breaking ball, breaks over the middle of the plate, 1-2 the count.
And it looks like you might have it back now. I was getting a little tough on it. Right back on time.
A couple of Antelopes down in the bullpen, but Crawford's still plenty to work with. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, chop foul down the third baseline. That was pitch number 87. Reminder, you have 105 to work with in the postseason now in the PIAA baseball.
Yeah, and why we added, I know we talked about it in our first time together, why we added those 5 extra pitches. I would just love to know from someone who was in charge of that of what our reasoning behind 5 extra pitches is.
Fastball misses outside, and the Avonworth dugout was ready to explode. But set up off the plate was Mason Metz behind the dish. Count even at 2-2.
You can't take that twice.
Let's see if you go right back to it then. He goes to the breaking ball, and it's grounded. Backhand, and then eaten up.
Booted.
By Sapolsky.
Got to work through it. I mean, his feet just stopped. He let the ball play him. I know it's on turf. You got to think of it like when you're playing shortstop, you're at the top of a 3-point arc where as you're traveling towards either direction, right or left, towards the second base or towards the hole, you got to go in at an angle. Think about riding that 3-point arc. Instead of that, I know Nate might not be the quickest guy in the world, but you still got to respect him and attack that ball and play through it.
We joke all the time that he gets on base by error more than anyone else, it feels like, but he finds a way to get on, and that's all that matters. He's now off the bases as
he's
it's
up to 91 pitches now.
And that's it right there.
I believe that's our 3rd error of the game for our shortstop out there, Brandon.
I got him for 2. I may have missed one now.
Okay.
1-0 the count now to Grant Melder.
Might be a little harsh on my book here.
Well, I guess you can't officially give an error on where he missed second base. That's
it right there. I gave him an error on that one.
So, yeah, you can't officially give an error. So runner goes. This one's drilled towards right center field. Moses is going to keep going. Giving chase towards the right center gap and making a catch on the run. How about these center fielders? Derek Brooks, carbon copy of what we saw Cubelis do. And upset was Grant Melder and giving a little laugh with the base umpire on the way out. But
Coach Q hit and run. That's maybe the 3rd, 4th time we've seen that so far. This game, I know I've seen it at least a half dozen times so far in the playoffs. Coach Q, 6th inning, whatever you got left in the tank, you're emptying it right now.
Runner left on base after the 2-out error. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Still knotted at 1 between the Lopes and the Lancers here at LCSportsNet.com.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapies. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving. Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Ben Barnes will lead things off. He's got 2 of the 4 Avonworth hits in the game. Neshannock still just 1.
Yeah, hits 2 doubles on fastball, so what are the Lancers starting with? Breaking ball. Probably going to see it again here, maybe. Just good coaching right there from the Lancers. Got to show respect to your opponent, especially when he's just beating you. Well,
he lifts this one towards right field, just got under it. Rob Gleese will settle under it himself and make the catch for the first out of the inning. Even that one's a bit of an adventure under these lights.
Yeah, that didn't look too comfortable out there for Rob Gleese. These lights, they're a little bit lower than what you normally might get, so once that ball gets up above them, that's really tough to see.
Tell you what, you didn't stay for the night game at Seneca Valley, but that was one of the most interesting. They had low lights, too, that were like pointing straight down, but they also had lights at the base of the fence that were pointing straight up. Ambient lighting going up. It's one of the cooler lighting fixtures that I've seen in the area as Hunter Blackson takes that curveball for ball 1.
Yeah, what a beautiful field that is down there at Seneca Valley. That was, other than the view of the press box, that'd be my only complaint.
Yeah, they talked about if they can find a way to move that around. Maybe down the road they will.
Cannot take that pitch there if you're up the bat. He spikes the breaking ball to start. You know he's going to attack you with a fastball. I mean, I'm not sure what you're looking for there. That looked about as middle as can be.
And this one just misses outside. 2-1 to count is part of it. Maybe, hey, we're getting late. We're at 88 pitches for Fry. Is it maybe a, hey, let's just get the count up?
Maybe we're taking a strike.
This one on a line towards right field. And it hangs up. Woo! A little aerial for Rob Gleese going up and catching that little tailing liner to right.
He's lucky. Not lucky, but if he misses that thing, that could have been a problem. Kind of jumped. Losing it here with the vision, especially with the stands that we have here being all gray. I'm sure that's not easy to see off the bat for him. Just great play experience. Now 2 outs, no one on. Bubba getting pitch count up a little bit. Attack, throw that good fastball.
Especially against the bottom of the order. This is the 8th batter, and first pitch in there for strike 1.
Keep throwing that fastball. Make him beat you.
Pitch number 91 on the way from Fry, and it is fouled off. 0-2 the count. On the other side, 92 pitches thrown by Colin Crawford. So both these right-handers, we talked about how almost identical their stat lines were coming into the game, and they've been basically even throughout the majority of this one. The 0-2 to Hommel.
Yes.
Swung on and missed. 3-pitch strikeout.
Throw that fastball, Bubba. Stick to it. It's working. Just keep throwing it, man. Trust it.
How about this? Both pitchers, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks in the game, and Neshannock for the first time a 1-2-3 inning to retire the side of Avonworth. Here we go to the top of the 7th inning. Before we do, I want to remind you, though, that this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole exclusive property of WPIAL and the Triple Live High School Sports Network. Any use of this broadcast is intended exclusively for the benefit of the viewing and listening audience. Any use of broadcast or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and Trip Total Media is strictly prohibited.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
We go to the top of this 7th inning. Neshannock hasn't had a hit since a 2-out single in the first. They've got base runners. They got a run with 3 walks and a sac fly in an inning. They have Fry, Jake Grinn, and Dom Cubelis due up in the top of the 7th inning. How about this? Neshannock didn't have a extra innings game yesterday, the first playoff game without extra innings. in their last 4 appearances. But how about this? It's been now 5 straight postseason games that have been one-run games. Neshannock is used to playing in these tight contests. Avonworth won their first-round games 9-2 yesterday and 10-0 in the opening round.
Yeah, we know one thing for sure. This Neshannock Lancers team is battle-tested. We talked about the section that they played in with Riverside, Mohawk, and Shenango. 5 one-run ball games. I mean, they're all right. They're nice and calm, heartbeat nice and slow over there in the Neshannock Lancer dugout. I know that for a fact.
We'll see how Avonworth will deal with it. I mean, they've had a great year, too. Only 1 section loss. This one, though, bounces in on the breaking ball from Crawford. 17-4 for Neshannock, 17-5 for Avonworth. You talk about how similar they are in style of play. And, again, when you look at the numbers, the statistics, almost identical as well.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are mirror images of each other, and I'm going to say the coaching staffs are also pretty similar as well.
This one drilled sky high down the left
that
field
might be in
line.
play.
Barnes going to give chase.
That's
It
in
is
play.
coming back in play. He'll make the catch just in foul territory for the first out of the inning. That was hard off the bat, but Bubba just missed it and went up sky high.
Yeah, and I don't know how well you can see that for our listeners that are watching the game, but that ball was hit about as hard and high as you can hit a ball at the high school level. Bubba just missed that one just a tad bit early. Hands got out in front of him a little bit. That thing was just crushed, but on the mound, guess what? That's just a long strike, a long out.
Actually, it wasn't even that long in the end, only about halfway out the left field line, 347, excuse me, down that left field line.
95 pitches now.
That was number 96 officially.
A lot of breaking ball here to these last 4 batters.
And then that one behind was Rin, fouled back to the screen, evens the count at 1-1. So again, you see behind on a fastball, you come right back to it usually as a pitcher?
Yep, absolutely, and I might elevate just a little bit, just because it's going to be a little bit tougher to get the hands out in front when they're late.
The 1-1 from Crawford. Downstairs, good block from Metz.
And for the Lancers, I mean, if we're not going to score this inning, the goal has got to be to get Colin out of this game. Got to get to that 105.
315 hitter is Jake Rind. Watches that one outside. Count now 3-1.
I mean, Jake Rind, what a night this kid's having. 6, 7 putouts in the field. In both at bat, he's got the only RBI. Saw 4 pitches, saw 6 pitches, another 5 here. This kid's having a tremendous ball game.
3-1 from Crawford, swung on and missed.
That's it. You know what's coming 3-1. They're going to attack you, no one on. Just sometimes the pitcher's going to beat you. Move on to the next one.
And now the count full.
Be ready to go here. Hands back early, get the foot down, single to right field.
Payoff pitch, no single to right. He's on base for the first time tonight. A walk, a strikeout, a sacrifice fly earlier.
And that's, what do we got, 101
That was
pitches.
101, yep.
101. Like I said, a lot of colleges, a lot of teams take quality at-bats, meaning you're going to get out sometimes, but did you do your job? Sometimes a quality at-bat, a stat within it, can be just seeing 4 or more pitches, moving a runner over, getting a ball hit hard. Even if it's on the ground, it's hit hard, that's a quality at-bat. So far, we've seen 3 quality at-bats from Jake. Yeah, he struck out his first at-bat, but he saw 5 pitches. And I believe the Lancers do chart this, and I know for a fact that Bywalski in the Avonworth dugout does too. That's it.
We have Anthony Aiken, who is now the pinch runner at first base for Rind.
What do we have? 101 pitches. Something's going to be on here. Got a lefty up. Might see a bunt here from the Lancers. Playing for 1 run. Did I say earlier that the winner of this game might have 2 runs?
You sure did. That's what we saw last night as well. There's a throw to first. Aiken back easily. We saw this earlier, though. He's got a slow move and then the quick move right after.
Yeah, and when you're doing your quick move, you got a pitcher. As a pitcher, it's like you're throwing a dart. You're going right to your ear. You're not going all the way back. Like that one, his arm action is just a little bit long. I know he wasn't set, and that wasn't his A move, so that's probably his B move, where the last one we saw was his C move. I mean, just trying to keep you close, make you think a little bit. I want to see him go right to his ear on this next one.
He will not throw over here. This one's going to be lifted towards shallow left field.
That's no man's land.
Barnes coming in. Sapinski going out. It goes off the top of the head, but going back to the base, having to retreat was Aiken.
Nothing you can do.
That's just unfortunate. We hope that actually Sapolsky is all right, because it looked like it hit off the glove and maybe off even the top of the head. So there's going to be your conventional fielder's choice, 6-7-4.
So we're giving him a fielder's choice there.
Yeah, it's still what you have to. It's not your.
It's not
traditional.
Holding his head. I think that hit him in the head. I don't want to be a little critical here, but we're seeing some shaky stuff out there at shortstop. That could be I know he only has 2, but that could be the 4th potential error from your captain, your leader, your shortstop guy. We got to lock in here.
Luke Gleason at the plate with 2 down. Cubelis at first. Breaking ball misses up and in for ball 1.
And for the Lancers, I think they might have the take sign on here. Trying to get to a strike to get him out of the game here. That's the 103rd pitch. So if we take a strike, this could be his last batter.
Runner goes, though.
Run.
Fouled back to the screen.
Lancers just keep trying this hit and run. It's been successful. Coach Q, again, when we do that, it's after a breaking ball when you're ahead, so it's a 1-0 count. We know kind of down in the order here, the 8-hitter, where I'm going to challenge you with my fastball. Coach Q knows this. He understands it. Trying to make something happen. You see the second baseman moving there, leaves the whole right side of the infield open. Have I said enough good things about Coach Q yet the last 2 days?
You can say more even if you have.
I just keep going about this guy. There's the quick arm action we wanted.
So he's shown it every way. Before he comes set, a pause after he comes set.
Ball's on the field.
That came out of the Avonworth bullpen. Gives us a chance to remind you we'll have our Maley Chiropractic play of the game coming up at the end of this one. A great play usually involves great teamwork. That's what you get with Drs. Bowser, Dr. Argero, and Dr. Maley at Maley Chiropractic. The teamwork aspect, learning new tips and tricks.
Yeah, and this is going to be the last batter here for Colin. So if I'm him, everything I have left in the tank, I am going to leave on the field right now. My best fastball of the night. I'm sitting in my backside trying to throw this thing past you.
Pitch 105 is lined into left field for just the second Lancer hit of the game. 2 on, 2 out, and the starting pitcher coming out of the game.
Yep. This is why early in the game we talked about it. That first inning, 27 pitches, it comes back to get you. Just got to attack, got to trust your stuff. Man, a 2-hitter he just threw in this game. Holy cow, is that some impressive stuff right there from the senior, Colin Crawford. Got to give him a round of applause, even if you're a Neshannock Lancer fan.
And a lot of them
watching
are.
this game, standing up, giving him a round of applause. You just got to appreciate the game sometime. Give the guy credit when credit's due. Tremendous outing. I mean, that's some great stuff.
So the Pontius Insurance pitching change. We'll be back in a moment and get you all those changes here from Pullman Park.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
That was awesome.
All right, coming back. So the new pitcher is the freshman Cooper Sharding, the DH out of the game. Just the second hit of the game now for Neshannock. 9-hitter Rob Gleese to the plate. Colin Crawford 6 2/3 innings before hitting that pitch count mark of 105. And now you go to the freshman out of the pen. First pitch right down Broadway for strike one to Rob Gleese.
Yeah, and like I stated early in the game, I know Coop pretty well. He plays for my dad's summer team, the Ohio Elite North team. This kid, I mean, impressive stuff. I get to work with him a lot in the winter, so I'm a little familiar with what he has here on the mound. Quick short arm action. Wow.
Called strike two right away.
Here we go. We got to execute. 0-2. Get to the next pitch. Above the hands, below the knees, white line to white line. They're elevating fastball.
Just barely getting a piece of it is Rob Gleese. Just barely.
Great execution from Coop. Now here you can either repeat that, but maybe even a ball or two higher and out more, or you can spin down in the dirt. You got a tremendous catcher that's getting Division I looks behind the plate. You trust them to block it, they're going down.
Runners off and go, and it gets back to the screen.
No one's at home. Cover the plate.
And
Okay.
further backs up maybe, but
I know.
Cubelis and Gleese with the double steal. Now 2 in scoring position. 1 and 2 now the count.
Composure. You got a base open. You're still up. This is tremendous. This is where you go slow the game down, talk to the freshman that's on the mound.
Yeah, great move here by your senior leader, Mason Horvat.
That's it. That's perfect. That's why he's the Division I guy. Slow the game down. You're still up. We got a base open. Attack.
The 1-2 from the wide, swung on and missed, and he got the strikeout.
Give that to Mason. That's tremendous.
Just 7 innings thrown on the year from the freshman. But how about this? That's strikeout number 12.
Wow.
In those 7 innings, leaving 2 runners stranded in scoring position. We're going to keep it right here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Alongside Richie Saragnes, I'm James Dotson. This has been another just impressive, fun, awesome game to be a part of. And how about that, getting the strikeout to end the inning, bringing the freshman in crunch time, and now a chance to walk it off as it's 9-1-2 coming the other way for Avonworth. And just to keep you tabs, 94 pitches. That's where we are right now for Bubba Fry.
Yeah, and when I talked to Bywalski early this morning, we were texting back and forth. He sent me, I asked him for a little something on all of his guys. And if I read you the text message that he sent me earlier, it said rising star next to Cooper. He's only a freshman. Do you think they trust him going to him in the biggest spot of the game? Biggest thing there. We got the top of the 7th, top of the order coming up. Go to a freshman? I mean, that's unheard of.
Impressive stuff, to say the very least. And guess what? He's due up this inning. So you have Bubba Fry, the pitcher slash DH, to start the game.
Bubba's at 93, yeah.
And now on the other side, you have the starting DH, who's now the pitcher. So you have it a little bit both ways. But this is the big at bat right here. The 9-hitter Brandon Sapolsky.
Yep.
328 hitter, on the year. 0 for 2 today.
Yeah, we got a 4-3 and a 3U. Pretty late so far. Everything going to the right side. We see the Neshannock Lancers playing towards it, kind of shifting.
First pitch swinging off the end of the bat, and this could be trouble.
There's
Ran
your
the quick throw to first, and he got it.
Wow. That's a single 9 out of 10 times.
We'll just put that up on the screen. Play of the game nominee.
You just don't understand how hard that is. The spin of that baseball, I mean, if that thing hits the ground one more time, it would have spun backwards towards home plate. He almost overran it. Got to attack it, throw the mask, set a lane. That is just amazing from Nate Rand right there.
I was ready to yell, let it go, and hope that the next bounce spun it foul. This one's roped towards left center, and it's going to fall in for a 1-out single.
Going for
2.
No,
Huge wide.
no.
Do they throw behind? They do. Good job by Welder to get off the bag and track it back down. But Brooks, the 1-out single. First pitch swing, and they're not worried about that pitch count, are they?
Wow, not at all. I mean, the Lancers, I believe that they were trying to get that pitch count up. Avonworth, on the other hand, let's attack. But that's your leadoff hitter right there. That's a guy that's hitting 355 going into this game. Let's keep in mind 31 stolen bases for that man on first base right now.
Yeah, you have a feeling what he's going to be doing right now?
Yeah, he's going to be running here at some point.
Not on the first pitch, though, as it's fouled back to the screen by the now pitcher, Cooper Sharding.
So if you're going to go, I believe this is the pitch right here. You throw that first pitch fastball. I'm going to take my guess and take my chance that here's a breaking ball here. So for the Lancers.
Are you guessing with a pitch out?
I'm going to dial up a pitch count.
They're going to dial up first a
Yep.
throw over to first
Avonworth,
base.
Probably guessing breaking ball here. This is a good count to throw it in. Neshannock, I'm throwing a pitch count or pitch out right here. That's a hefty lead. Nope.
Not going yet. Kind of a pseudo pitch out as a fastball upstairs. Evens the count at 1-1.
I mean, that's 2 fastballs in a row if I'm Avonworth. I know I said it on the last one, but I'm guessing breaking ball here. No, they're not. 3 fastballs in a row from the Lancers. They're probably playing that too. And so far to Coop, they've spun them a lot. So going back to the fastball, get them guessing.
Rin looks at the wrist coach, gets the call into Fry. Here's the 1-2 coming.
What a game.
Breaking ball misses away. That's the pitch you
that's the
want
one you
to.
wanna run on.
But, I mean, you've been guessing which pitch was going to be the breaking ball this entire bat.
Yeah, I've been wrong for 3 pitches. I mean, live to see the next pitch. I like it.
Pitch number 100 coming right here from Fry. Called! Strike 3, rung him up.
Just guessing, didn't take the bat off his shoulder. Now with 2 outs. have here on a
Metz.
pitch count?
That was 100 even.
100 on the dot right there for Bubba. So let's keep that in mind. He only has 5 pitches left.
Second time Sharding's been retired via the K. Mason Metz now at the plate. First pitch breaking ball breaks around the plate for ball 1.
Yeah, and I haven't got Bubba yet on a time to the plate, but I know with that slide step, he's quick. Let's see if I can get it here real quick. I mean, he's got to be a 1. That's a 1-1 to the plate. And with Nate, I had him yesterday like a 198 pop. I mean, all it is a math problem here when we're stealing bases, and I can walk you through that maybe after this half inning if we don't get a run, but that's as quick as the plate as you're going to be in the high school game.
2-0 pitch foul back to the screen by Metz. Thought math class was over at about 3 o'clock today, Mr. Saragnese.
No, that ended a little bit early today, but I'm back in it. I can't help myself here in this situation. I mean, I just get excited about the game. I'm overanalyzing everything. I just love to see it. He's going.
He's off and
Fastball.
running here. Line
Hit and
drive,
run.
and it works.
Hit and run, and it worked, and he's waving him to third.
Gleese.
Just get it in.
Will get it in. Runners on the corners, and kind of an end of the bat slash from Mason Metz.
And who do we have coming up to the plate?
Horvat will come to the plate with 2 down. Runners on the corners. That was pitch number 104.
So Bubba gets to see last batter here for Bubba.
Now here's the question: do you just
Coach Q? Yeah.
Do you make the change now?
No.
Do you make an intentional walk and load the bases right now and go straight to the number 5 batter and Jason Osborne?
It looks like we might have a substitution here. Something's up here. We have, or he's just going to confirm the pitch. Yeah, he's not making a move.
Yeah, we're just confirming that it is 104.
104.
There's also supposed to be at the playoff games an independent counter, confirming with the teams as well on that pitch count.
Yeah, and for the Lancers, we saw them perfectly execute it twice. First and third defense, box deal where that runner on first base is going to make a beeline towards second base and then just stop right in the middle, try and hold up that run down for the guy on third base to go in and score that run. So Coach Q's just going out there. If I'm him, I'm telling him, if they do that, don't even look at him. I mean, just step off, let him take second base, walk even towards home. You don't care about that guy on first. He doesn't matter. And for Bubba here, can pitch him around, pitch around him a little bit. But, oh, we got something going on over here. Wow, Coach Q is pointing in the dugout there.
So something being said, maybe. You
Something
alluded to something earlier that was
I alluded
getting
to
him
it
fired
earlier.
up.
Something's going on here, and I can't wait to talk to you both sides here. I know both coaching staff extremely well, so I'm going to get both sides of the story after the game and hopefully clear this up for our next round.
They are going to pitch. First pitch breaking ball misses away for ball 1, so no matter what, this will be the final batter that Fry faces. Will it be the final batter of this game?
Penn State commit up to plate, game on the line, bottom of the 7th, tie ball game.
The 1-0 from Fry. Downstairs, good block.
Slow down, Bubba. And come up to that balance point here. You don't got to be so quick to the plate. If he steals, if he goes to second, who cares? That run doesn't matter.
The only thing that matters is
Take
the
your
runner.
time. Stay through. Front side, through that catcher.
Upstairs 3-0. But real quick, I want to talk about the headsiness. As before he threw that pitch, he stepped off before making any sort of motion,
Just
knowing.
reset.
And now I think 3-0. I think they are just going to put him on and bring the next pitcher in.
He's going to go right to Don
Yeah, that's
Cabela's
not a
right
bad
now.
call. So, yep, the point out to center field.
Yep.
We will have another pitching change, and it'll be bases loaded for Dom Cubelis coming to the mound. Jacob Osborne, the lefty, coming to the plate. Standing ovation for Bubba Fry as he'll come off the mound throwing 6 2/3 innings, matching his counterpart.
That's impressive stuff from Bubba. 107 pitches, 1 run. WPIAL semifinal game. You got at least 5 college guys on that team over there. I mean, people don't understand what he just did there against 5 collegiate hitters. Plus, I mean, the rest of the guys are still really good. Got a 9-hitter hitting 340, 8-hitter 365. Now for Dom, we got to come in. These warm-up pitchers are so big to Dom right now. And we talked about this. I was just with him earlier today. I just talked to him. First pitch right there, warm up. I mean, we got to be locked in to start. Trust that fastball. He's going to spin that breaking ball. He's got to attack. Got to get ahead. That's all I'm thinking is get ahead. Breaking ball not there in warm-ups right now. I know I'm overanalyzing a little bit, but still.
But this is what you'd be saying if you were in the Avonworth dugout right now talking,
if
right?
If I'm Avonworth, I'm not missing a pitch. And I mean, we see our hitter here. He's timing everything up. You got to take this like an at-bat. There's that good changeup. I hope he throws that changeup.
So Dom Cubelis, the sophomore, will come in to throw. Cubelis.
Just relax here.
He's number 2 on the team now with 10 appearances on the year. Cubelis throwing 17 in the thirds innings and about a strikeout per inning right now, though, with 2 down against Jason Osborne. He's got 2 groundouts to second base and a deep fly ball that Cubelis himself tracked down out in right center field, but you get a matchup you want if you're Coach Q as well. It's lefty on lefty.
Yeah, and everything was right there. I know he missed with that first warm-up pitch, but after that, I think he peppered 7 in a row, kind of right down the middle, showing a changeup, showing a good breaking ball. First pitch, got to get ahead if I'm Neshannock. Avonworth, going to see a change in speed here. We're not going to have the same velocity as Bubba was thrown. So we can move up maybe just a little bit in the box. Just look to punch a single like I've been talking about all game.
Andrew Moses, by the way, is the one who went out to center field in that replacement. He's in as the old pitcher spot that was being DH'd for. It was an open spot until Moses just now entered it.
Yeah, we got a 4-3, 2 4-3s and an F8 so far for Jacob Osborne, our man up the plate.
He does have 18 RBI.
Don't guide it.
Does the Mount Union commit in that first pitch? What are you saying by don't guide it?
Kind of just aiming, basically. Really slowed his motion down. That's not what we saw in the warm-ups. That is not Dom right there. Just reach back, try and throw it through your catcher's chest.
Chopper and a high chopper, but right at Melder on one hop.
That's what we wanted.
For the second time today, Avonworth leads, the bases loaded, and for the 5th time in the last 6 postseason games, the Neshannock Lancers have to go extra innings. Back in a moment. Exclusively on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the 3A semifinals here at lcsportsnet.com.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do?
We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Well, here we go. Top of the 8th inning. Neshannock again for the 5th time in their last 6 postseason games. So that's all 4 state games, or I'm sorry, the last 3 state games last year, the first round game this year, and now the semifinals in the 2023 WPIAL Class 3A playoffs. We are going to free baseball. We started senior on senior yoke, and you mentioned it during the break. Now it is
freshman on sophomore.
Incredible.
Now for Coop, he's throwing that thing is straight over the top. I mean, you could see it from up here. I know we're elevated into the left a little bit, but that ball's going straight. Oh! Say you went on that? Wow. But I was saying that ball is going straight downhill. I saw Coach Joey Borelli, the hitting coach for the Neshannock Lancers, being adamant with his guys that we got to adjust, got to understand and see that ball coming out of that arm slop up top. Short, quick arm action where our last guy and Colin had that longer arm action. We got to adjust here quickly for the Lancers. No room to wait.
And yet again, we are the last broadcast on the air across WPIAL country. Working ahead, 0-2 now is Cooper Sharding. His first full work of relief came in and got the strikeout against Rob Gleese.
Elevated. Keeps going to it, 0-2. Lancers got to understand this. 0-2, the Antelopes are just going to throw that fastball up. Early they were spinning. Now they've kind of changed their game plan.
And now, do they go back to the breaking ball?
There
It is.
Right
Perfect.
on time. Look at you. Love to see him repeat that here. Just down a little bit more. Start it right at his knees. If I'm pitching, I'm looking at my catcher's knees, not at the glove, and just trying to spike it.
Fastball elevated. It's going to be a Roper towards second base. The Hummel can't handle it.
Ooh, he just waited, let that ball play him. I know it's turf, but you got to work through the ball. You're taught it at a young age. Cannot sit back and wait. Even on turf, it'll play you.
So the leadoff man on base here in the top of the 8th inning for the Lancers on the error, the third of the game against the Antelopes.
Gotta imagine a bunt's on here.
Valentine.
Gotta see it down, Jack.
Valentine has scored the only run. He walked to lead off the 4th and scored.
Back.
And leaning a little bit there was Jack Lease.
What good move that was.
Again, just a freshman, and he's started
Right.
7
Yeah,
innings now on the year. Valentine gets the bunt down. It'll be taken by the pitcher. 1-3 on the sacrifice, doing the job perfectly.
Here we go. You got your guys up. You got Ren, Melder, Fry up. The 3 guys that you want. 3 seniors at the plate. You got a Slippery Rock commit right in the middle of them. Or down at the bottom here.
You got Youngstown State, you got Penn State Shenango, and you got Slippery Rock.
Yeah. I know Nate's going to study engineering, but
if he wanted to.
Oh, yeah. If he wanted to, he could have been a guy.
First pitch hits him.
All right. I'd like to see a mound visit here. Yeah, the head coach is going to go out for this one. Just trying to calm everything down, slow the game down. Only 1 pitch away here for the Antelopes, meaning with that ball that he's throwing, how downhill it is, it's most likely going to go into the ground like we saw Jack do with it. Gio, I know it was a bunt, but still just going straight into the ground. Just 1 pitch away from a ground ball, double play, being out of this inning.
So thought we just heard real briefly the tomahawk chop maybe coming out of the Lancers dugout. That's a little flashback. So they did a lot last year. How many times have you seen Coach Q and Coach Bub during the early spring practices blasting the music up in the speakers, getting those pressure situations?
Constantly.
And that's what Neshannock's feeling right now. This is obviously a pressure situation that you have begun against your opposition. And that's a motivation hype up right now. Is there a bigger hype up man than Coach Q?
Look how passionate he is about this. I mean, that is just, it's the little things that the people, the parents, those in the stands, those at home that don't see. The passion, the amount of time, the amount of effort. I mean, that is all that is on this man's mind right now. Is last year it was so tough. You lose in a WPIAL championship. You lose in a state championship game. All they've been talking about. I know they were in the weight room the day after the state championship game, getting ready for this moment right here.
And delay is because there is a new courtesy runner at first base. That's Cole Hutchinson, who is the Castle Asphalt courtesy runner at first.
The only word that Coach Q has been saying for a full calendar year right now is finish.
2 silver medals last year.
That's it. Let's see if the Lancers can do it.
That's exactly what they're looking for. First pitch downstairs to Grant Melder for ball 1, a .344 average. 2 for 4 yesterday. He hit one hard to the right center gap in his last at bat.
Now I just look to go with it. Right side's wide open.
2 pitches down.
Trust your stuff. Keep your body language.
And again, this is a freshman on the hill. This is a senior, one of the 10 on the Neshannock roster in the box. A good comeback, though, and man, did he bring some cheddar there, did Connor Sharding.
Man, is that impressive.
Excuse me, Cooper.
Yep. Freshman, no moment's too big for him.
It's a chase there, 2-2 to count. A lot of these freshmen aren't freshmen in terms of the experience.
Not at this point in the season. I'm not a believer in that. Yeah. Freshman, senior, I don't care what you are. I want the best 9 on my field. I'm here to win.
The 2-2. Chopper towards second, gets the high
pitch
hop.
Away.
4, 6, 3, but the ball gets away. Rounding third and coming to the plate. And he will be safe is Jack Lease. And now going to second base on the overthrow is Melder. So fielder's choice retires the courtesy runner Hutchinson.
Listen to this crowd.
Now batting number 33, Bubba Fry.
Never slowing up was Jack Leese. As soon as he saw it, got the go signal, he was off and running. And with the overthrow and the throw to the plate, Melder advances into scoring position. They're going to intentionally walk Bubba on. Not a bad idea.
No, that's the right move. 2 outs. But, I mean, last time he was up, I talked about the quality at-bats. 3 for 3 so far on quality at-bats for Jake Rinn. You know, Bubba's the guy. He's the Slippery Rock guy. Everyone's always talking about Bubba. But, I mean, do not underestimate this kid right here.
Well, let's flash back to the first round of the state playoffs at Slippery Rock against West Middlesex. Down 4-0. They came all the way back, and Jake Rinn had the big swing with big brother having to sit at home with the flu, listening in from home. He brings in the big hit that ended up winning that ball game.
And man, is this tough for Cooper on the mound. You get your ground ball, you get your out pitch. That's just the name of the game sometimes.
Yeah, 2-0, and the
shortstop again.
He had to hustle to throw because Hutchinson was rushing to second, and Melder hustling down the line to first. 2-0 to Rinn, taken all the way. It looks like there. 2-1 now the count to Rinn. A .315 average. How about this? Just one extra base hit, the singles hitter all year. Can he find one here for an insurance run in the top of the eighth? Swung on and missed there.
Yeah, this is just impressive from Cooper right now. You really should be out of the inning if you're Cooper. How quickly can you move on to the next pitch? 2-2 count. Challenge.
Freshman against sophomore. Fouled away. Sophomore stays alive. Both teams scored in the fourth. Neshannock with one in the top of the eighth.
I think you're going to see that hard slider here.
Comes set and delivers. Line drive and a diving catch made by Tyler Hummel. Otherwise, Neshannock would have gotten that insurance run. Great play by the senior second baseman.
Can the Lancers finish? I just said it. I've been saying it since before this game. They've been saying it since June 12th last year. Here's your opportunity for the Neshannock Lancers.
So how about this? For the second time today, Neshannock scores a run without a hit in the inning.
That's it, Coach Q. I mean, we start the inning with an error. Our second baseman let that ball play him. Then we get the good bunt. We hit Nate. I mean, just uncharacteristic. That's Avonworth. 2 errors, a hit by pitch. Just little things like that. You cannot win playoff games like that. Neshannock's just too good. They're too well coached. If you're going to make 2 errors in an inning, hit a guy, walk 2 guys, they're going to capitalize, they're going to score. Coach Q's just been around too long. He's too good at this. You can't make that mistake.
And it's going to be in the bottom of the 8th inning, the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Barnes, Blackson, and Hummel, but keep an eye on this first one. Ben Barnes, he's hit the ball hard a couple of times today, a couple of doubles on the day for the junior left fielder.
Yeah, he's got 2 doubles. He's got a long F9, that ball that we have, Rob out and right. Up in the lights, almost missed it there. I know we said it was basically routine during the daytime, but, I mean, anything can happen right now. This turf, I know it looks beautiful on the camera, but it's playing fast. We've seen quite a few errors. I mean, how many errors do we have so far in this game right now? We go to our box, we got that.
A lot.
That can't be right. I mean,
we have on ours, we have 4 for Avonworth and 1 for Neshannock.
Yeah, I mean, I know our shortstop for Avonworth has quite a few errors.
Breaking ball for strike 1 to Big Ben Barnes.
Let's keep attacking. Pitch with a lead now.
Tom Cubelis gets his 3rd pitch in relief. Here's number 4. And that one looked like, again, kind of short-armed on that pitch.
Looks like he's guiding that just a little bit. Got to stay on that backside a little bit. I know he gets a little bit rotational with his right shoulder as he's going down the mound.
That one on the outside corner for strike 2.
I mean, if the fastball there, let's stick with it. But here, 1-2, like I keep saying, this is your pitch. Get to the 2-2. We got to have a strikeout or a ball on this pitch.
1 ball, 2 strike.
Good.
Misses up and away.
That's perfect for Dom. Love to see that.
And so again, talk us through. What are you going through now?
You can really go anywhere. You get the eyesight moving up so you can attack it from the left side. Now you can attack it that back right knee. Just like that.
Chopper down the first base line, and it will drift just foul.
Beautiful pitch.
Barnes coming in with a
pitch ahead.
239 average on the year and leads the team with 15 walks. He'll gladly get on any way he can, but facing a 2-2 count.
Yep, you're in your two-strike approach here. So now I'm in on the plate. I'm kind of cutting my lead my load in half. I'm choked up. I can see it from up here that he's choked up.
And this one's chopped up the middle, taken on 2 hops by Jack Lease. Throw over to first. One away in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Got to get ahead, Dom. Keep attacking. Trust your fastball. It's working right now. Ahead, ahead, ahead. That's all that we're thinking right now. Hunter, so far, I know Coach Latta is looking at the charts right now. He's getting deep in counts every at-bat. So first pitch here, I'm probably peppering a fastball, trying to get ahead.
Hunter Blackson, who has the only Lopes RBI.
I would have liked to see a fastball there.
He had a RBI single in the 4th.
And I know Coach Latta's calling pitches right now. I could see Nate checking over in there. There's the fastball. Yes, stay there. It's working. Just stay there. You're up by 1, no one on base.
Especially
no
against
doubles defense.
Especially against the righty. A little tailing action from the lefty pitcher.
Of course. No, but Dom's ball actually cuts. It doesn't. That was a changeup.
Just missed outside. 2-1. You can tell the Neshannock faithful wanted it.
Oh, yeah. Dom's not like the normal lefty here, where he actually puts his fingers together on that bottom of the horseshoe. His fastball cuts into righties.
2-2 the count. So
with that cutting fastball, knowing Dom like I do, I'm probably going to attack his hands here. Oh, he showed that changeup. Can trust the breaking ball. Trust my guy.
2-2 to Blackson. Foul tip, and Rin thought he had it.
Almost. Keep attacking. Stay calm. Stay within yourself. Love the tempo. Love the body language. Love everything I'm seeing from this kid.
Love everything about this game, start to finish. Another nail biter.
I'm 4 for 4 now. I've had some good ball games here.
Upstairs, and the count's going to run full to Blackson.
Here's your best.
He's going to Allegheny next year. He doesn't want the season to end. It will not end for either team tonight. The Lopes have been to the semifinals 3 years in a row. Swung on and missed.
There's the fastball. It's his best. You always throw your best 3-2. Now it could change inning to inning, batter to batter. Fastball's there. Trust it, throw it. That's it, Dom. Keep attacking.
Lancers 1 out away from a return trip to Washington.
Against Riverside. Wow, would that be a good matchup.
Still need to get the final out, and you just heard Coach Q again, finish.
That's it. I said it how many times?
First pitch upstairs, and not finishing on that pitch was Dom. Left it up.
Just kind of rushed that one a little bit. He's good. Good tempo. Keep it moving.
Another one upstairs, 2-0 the count. It's the 9-hitter Brandon Sapolsky in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, when Dom's at his best, he's grooving. Everything's quick tempo.
Took something off of it and got the.
Watch how quick in between pitchers here.
Already.
Getting a sign.
Yeah, already back there.
I mean, and here's your pitch already. That's how you keep a hitter guessing. That's it. Yes.
And now one strike away.
Look at the frustration from the hitter. If I'm Dom, I'm coming set right now. I'm throwing my pitch.
Lancer fans to their feet for this 2-2 pitch coming from Cubelis. Swung on and missed! The Lancers are heading back to the WPIAL championship game in extra innings yet again. Neshannock 2, Avonworth 1 in the WPIAL semifinals.
And what did the Lancers do? They finished. Not done yet for the Lancers. Yes, tremendous victory. Just great stuff. What a ball game, but not done yet. I know Coach Q is going to be telling them, you celebrate this now. You celebrate this on the bus. As soon as that Lancer bus pulls into that school, the mindset changes to Riverside.
What an incredible ball game yet again. 2-1 in back-to-back days for Neshannock. 1-7 and 1-8. The Cardiac Lancers, we might have to go and get an EKG on Coach Q. Maybe we'll get a chance to bring him up here for a quick word. We have a Tri-County Principals post-game show when we return on lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered. In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services in over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. With smarter printing, you are unleashed. The office is wherever you are, and Toshiba makes it seamless to print whatever, wherever, and whenever. Our mobile printing applications allow you to print or scan to both Toshiba and third-party MFPs right from your mobile device. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
It's your Tri-County Principals postgame show here at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And again, the moniker of finish, how about just the moniker, though, of why not? Because Neshannock has been doing a heck of a lot of that, saying why not in the end. Another extra innings game, another just finding a way to win. The bats went quiet tonight. Only 2 hits for Neshannock all night. They scored both their runs without the assistance of a hit. Richie Sergnes, great teams just find a way to win, and that's what they did here tonight. The Lancers 2-1 in 8 innings, your final. Oh, apologies there.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, for Avonworth, tremendous ball team. I compared them a lot to Neshannock throughout the course of this game, but I mean, how many errors did we have? I know our shortstop for Avonworth had, and I was being a little tough on him tonight, but had at least 4 or 5 balls, throwing stuff away, missing the base, dropping pop-ups in left field, not just crushing one kid here. I know he's only in high school, but if you're in the WPIAL semifinals, things like that, it just can't happen. You're not going to beat Neshannock, who's in the WPIAL championship, the WPIAL semifinals, in the playoffs 10 straight years. You're not going to beat them. I mean, Neshannock had 2 hits tonight, and they win the game.
And it's going to be Riverside Part 3 coming up. And now that's a Riverside team Neshannock led here 4-0 before one big inning, a 9-run inning, actually the 10-run inning that Riverside put on to unravel the game there, and then a Riverside walk-off at home in Game 2. So you got 2 teams that are going to go at it yet again. Why not? And, Rich, was that your senior year?
Oh, you're
I
right.
had to. You knew it was going to.
You didn't have to do that. Yeah, that was my senior year. We played the Riverside Panthers in the WPIAL championship game down at Washington Wild Things Park. They got the, I hate to say it, it makes me a little upset to even say this right now, but they got the best of us 1-0 in 9 innings there, where we actually swept them during the regular season. We went in the game as the 1 seed. We were favored, and they just got the best of us.
Richie, that's why I said it right there. It's because
back
that year,
I try not to think about that.
I know you don't, but we are going to think about it because that year you guys swept Riverside,
Yeah, hopefully.
and then they got you back. This year, Riverside swept Neshannock in the regular season.
I like it. Yeah, I like the thought there. I guess I'll take one on the chin for the current Neshannock Lancers team. I mean, what a tremendous ball game that was, though. You hate to see it end like this for Avonworth, but just simply didn't execute at the end of the day. Neshannock Lancers are getting bunts down, hitting runs, throwing strikes, getting ahead, not walking batters, not beaning guys. They deserve to win this game.
They did. We're going to see if we can get Coach Q up here to give us a little chat here during our post-game show. But while I go do that real quick, Rich, just talk about this Avonworth team, what you saw today. And, obviously they're not done, but this is a fun team to watch.
Yeah, this is a team with a lot of experience. We have guys, starting off with Derek, who leads them off. He leads the PIAA in stolen bases with 31. Then we go to Cooper Sharman, who, when I talked to the Avonworth coaching staff today, the word they used to describe him was a star. And we saw that early on from him, early in the game, putting together quality at-bats, comes in, really did his job, shouldn't have been out of that inning. There was start the inning in the eighth there. There's an error on the second baseman. Then he gets that ground ball, should have been a double play, should be out of the inning. You got 4 or 5 outs there, so I'm not trying to throw shade again here, but just Cooper did his job. That's just the life of a pitcher, man. You got to be able to move on. He moved on. Teammates kind of let him down a little bit there in the end. And then on the other side for the Neshannock Lancers, like I stated earlier, only 2 hits, 1 small little error that really didn't come back to bite them, but just the pitching today is carrying the Neshannock Lancers. If we look through here at the box score, we had Bubba Fry go 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Dom Cabela's coming in to get the win. 1 1/3 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts. As a total, the Lancer pitching staff struck out 7 batters today. These are some serious strikeout numbers. And I gotta imagine, they got the whole staff. We got a week rest, but the way Cam Foy, and what did we just hear right there? Lancer team finish. Yes, they won. Yes, they're in the WPIAL Championship. This game is over with right now. The mindset's already switched. I can see it. The celebration's over. One thing matters to this Neshannock team right now, and it's the Riverside Panthers. And let me tell you, they're going to have their hands full. That is as good as a high school baseball team as you're going to find.
They will play in the consolation game against East Allegheny, will the Avonworth Antelopes. That is going to be Tuesday or Wednesday at W&J, right across the street from Wild Things Park.
The hour right
here. Guess what? He's going to come and have a seat, and we're going to give him a chance to catch his breath, but we're going to get a chance to talk with Coach Johnny Q, Coach Colero.
Another one pulled it out.
Coach Q. Get you set up here. There we go. All right, Coach, you got me there?
I got you.
All right, Coach. Well, let's just start with the obvious. Survive and advance, another 1-run victory, and your guys are going back to Washington Wild Things Park.
Yeah, so real quickly, because this is the person that's behind it all, my wife at home. I know my in-laws, my sister, my family's back home that couldn't make it. They deal with me and me being ghost. I've been ghost for about 10 months now, so love you, Sib, and amazing. So back to your question, just for them. I want it for them. That moment right there, they'll remember forever. We're not gonna be content with where we are right now, but we haven't enjoyed a moment all year because it's been Monday, you win, okay? We got to go back to Shenango. We got to go back to Mohawk. We got to go back to Riverside or whatever. And then it's just a complete grind that prepared us for this. Everyone said, well, why did you go AAA? The biggest question this week, I got calls, why'd you go AAA? The reality is logistics played a part as far as my job and where I can get to when I need to get to. And then why not? You got to think about the conference we played in. It's the PSAC of high school baseball, and it prepares you for this. And we're preparing kids for the next level. We are chasing the gold, as everyone does, and we're chasing championships, but what we're really doing here is preparing kids for the next level, and if they don't play the next level life, where are you going to get that when you go every single Monday and Tuesday and have to fight and scratch and claw to get to the next day? These are life lessons. And then the playoffs, James, I went in today. I'm thinking we're going 14, so we did good. Okay? I'm thinking we're going 14. I can't say enough about the kid that could not play in the playoffs last year, Andrew Bubba Fry. I gave him an extra day's rest, and it's it worked out. When he go 105 right on the nose with that intentional walk.
Yeah.
And he's the type of kid. He would have pitched for me 2 days. Past his last start, but I just knew that extra day that he would be going from maybe a 70 pitch guy to where I needed him to be.
And I know the coaching staff over there a little bit. Guy I played at Calgary with by Walski.
Great
the head coach.
Job.
And I know talking to him today, and even before the game when I was standing down the right field line, their game plan was let's get Bubba to 70 pitches. He's the big guy. He's going to run out of steam. I looked at him. I really didn't want to say too much. I'm an Neshannock guy here. I said, all right. But
3 weeks ago, they were true with that.
Maybe.
They were true. But Bubba, he actually, so he got a late start. He got a screw in his foot.
Yeah.
And playing basketball, he was supposed to condition and get into it. So he got a late start with it. So he did have to condition more and drop some weight. So on his own, he's completely committed to the diet, to the running and training, and now we got Bubba in playoff spot, in shape, and that's where we're at. And then, I laugh. Okay, Dom, come out of center field. Bases are loaded. We got, what was the number 4 hitter?
Bottom of the
number 4 or 5.
Five
hitter up.
Hitter.
Yeah, he just hit one 900 feet that you caught the last time up. Go ahead and get him out. And by the way, you can't walk him, you can't hit him, you can't throw a pass ball, or we're done. And that kid, when I tell you, whether it's the Friday night lights, that he's a tremendous football player, competing his whole life at high level, travel, whatever, nothing phases him. Nothing phases him. And he came in here and got a job done. And then, talking about the last inning, we created breaks. I told Jack he was unselfish with 2 strikes. He had a great at bat. He put it in play and hustled down the line instead of taking a daddy hack and striking out, and that's the whole difference of the inning. Okay, the kid ended up not making a play, played a great game over there. He hustled down the line. Okay, fast forward, Grant Melder hits a one-hopper, automatic double play. He is going down the line like they're timing him for a home to first, and caused chaos, and that's how we scored a run.
Both your runs you scored without a hit, Coach.
Correct. Isn't it? And so how many balls were barreled by both teams? But we had a hit and run on early with Grant Melder.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought for sure it was in the gap, and we're scoring again on another hit and run. I just tried to create something. He did a perfect job executing it. I mean, he barreled that ball in the deepest part, and the center fielder's phenomenal. He made some plays. We could have, honestly, I wasn't upset with some of our bats. The center fielder took about 3 doubles away. He really did. And the the left fielder, a tremendous play on he's standing right there, hustle play. I thought they played a phenomenal game. That's a great baseball team we played. They're a tremendous baseball team. They're not done. They're going to make a run through the other side, and I know that, and I told the kids we're not done with them. So, I got to just say it while I have the time, because the paper doesn't really print what my coaching staff means to me, because they just can't. It has been 48 hours of nonstop grind. We did not prepare for Avonworth. I didn't look at one thing for Avonworth until the final out was made. So the whole way home last night from Neshannock Heights, I was calling coaches, getting coaches out of bed, charts today. We did everything but my coaches. So going back to last night, Coach Kurt Latta, he was brilliant with the game he called, and then he matched it. And then he matched it today. I got Del Senchek down in the pen. I told him that get 2 pitchers ready to be starters. Right? I wanted Grant ready to go. And Grant's the type of kid that he wanted the ball. He was upset with me when I didn't give him the ball right now. And I said, Grant, look, a year ago, it's a no-brainer. Right now, I can't put you in that spot. No. That's not even fair to you. You face 2 batters, So anyways, and then it goes right down the line. Frank DeLuca, just the most committed guy that you're ever going to see. Anything I need throughout the day to get the stuff, bucket of balls, can you pick us up, beat us here? Gibby is growing as a coach. You got Wes Gibson just on charts. Him and J.A. are side by side, and it's every pitch. They're moving guys, and we moved some guys in spots where balls were hit. Rob Gleese over there. Okay, and it's just with Ren, how many balls were hit to him, switching guys over, moving guys. Unbelievable job. Joey Borelli staying. I was flipping on the hitters. Okay, I had enough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like, I had enough. You need to get in there and compete. And Joey calmed them down. He was the uncle to put his arm around, and then they started barreling some balls. And that's my fault. I kind of put I was just getting to the point where, look, I know how much time we put in, right? So, and this young man over here, my son, he's going to be amazing. The stuff that he does throughout the game that I know I talked to you guys about, and I'm just so proud of my entire coach staff. Walt DeMace cannot, and I know, look, I was going to talk tonight. You asked me to come. I got to tell the people, because I'm nothing without these guys. And I mean it. I'm absolutely nothing without these guys. Walt DeMace, video this and chart. Do this and chart. He videoed 12 games, and every single thing. IO. I'm watching, and we're breaking this down. Okay? I got my scorekeeper and my bat boy here. Can't forget Gianna and JD here. They're right with me. They're my good luck charms. But anyways, Coach, what we need to do, we know what we're up against. We're playing the best team in the state of Pennsylvania right now, and they're well coached. I have the utmost respect for Coach O and his coaching staff. Danny Brown is just a huge asset to that program. He won medals. He knows how to win. He's a phenomenal young coach. And Coach O, I mean, look, you're going to go play in a championship against the guy that has the most wins in the history. Yeah. Right? And when we're going to compete, but it'll probably be a good luck message before and a congratulations from both sides after. That's how much respect we have for each other when we play. And we can't wait to start preparing for them again. But in the next 2 days, we're going to enjoy.
Well, you guys have certainly enjoyed it, but let's talk about the word you said all year, finish. Talk about how your team has finished these last three games.
Yeah. And so how we finished in game one was the perfect execution. Dom had struck out 3 times, right?
Hit and run.
Anthony Aiken as a freshman. Boom. And so we finished on that end, as well as, you got Cam Foy coming in, just shutting the door. It's easy to finish with that guy, right? And amazing. I think you guys have mentioned 31 strikeouts. You told me to 1 walk. But so then, last night finishing, just kind of getting stuff done that we do the first and third play, executing that, and then also the squeeze. Okay, listen, Luke Gleese isn't a great bunter. He drives us nuts at practice. He drives us nuts at practice, and then he starts laughing about it. But when there's a big moment, that's probably like the 3rd one that he's done. So we finished there, and then then
he laid down the double squeeze last year, I believe. Right?
Double squeeze, and then again, Cam Foy is involved with that finish. Okay, with what do you have last night? 9 or 10 strikeouts again, and then tonight. Just not quitting, not giving up. There was a couple times they had threatened where they had guys. We did a couple. I put that kid, no disrespect, that kid's one of the best players. Horvat is one of the best players in the state. He's one of the best players. Donnie Kirkwood, we need Bubba on third base. Okay, we need to score more runs. He's getting a uniform for next week. So about, just to finishing that. Before we finish so we can get out when they're turning the lights out on us. But that's how we finished tonight with, then you come in, Bubba Fry, unbelievable. And then Dom coming in, closing in, and a hustle. We won this game by hustle. No hits.
I said it.
Running the base, hustle.
About 10 times.
It
just speaks to the culture of Neshannock baseball.
And it's believe me, I have very little to do with this. I'm not being politically. I'm just telling you, I show up. Everything's in line. Everything's in order. Who's doing the weightlifting? And it's, I'm coming in and actually getting a lot of credit, and I don't deserve as much as I get. I'm just being honest with you. And the kids, I wouldn't coach anywhere else. I couldn't even talk to them the game one because look, I never stopped. I never quit. When we were down 2, I'm over at third base. There's tears in my eyes. How am I going to address this team if we don't score? How are we going to make this happen? We got to make this happen. And there's Rob Gleese again, the kid that I sat all year, right? So, and I have to say one last thing. Just because of speaking to the kids, Jacob Walzer, who I have the moment on the air, I didn't get a chance last night. I didn't pull him because he wasn't competing. I didn't pull him because he was throwing a bad game. I had to make a gut feeling move that this guy's strike zone is getting closer and closer. I need a punchy guy. And it was either going to be Cam Foy with 10 strikeouts, no walks, or Cam Foy with 10 walks and no strikeouts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
we've seen that.
Now we rolled with that. We rolled it. So I told Jacob, be ready at any moment, because he's actually this past week in inter squads and in our scrimmage, he's pitched better than anybody out there. So I have to, and this is what I mean about the kids that I coach. He's not pouting. He's not doing anything. The kid is the first one out there to get balls. He's in the dugout. I don't want to see that kid go, but I'm happy he's going to go play college baseball. So that's it. I mean, that's who we have. We got guys in there. I got 29 guys. I think you're only allowed 25 in the dugout.
Coach, I got to ask you one last question because you just talked about the
Yeah.
seniors.
Yes.
We talked about your first year, the COVID shutdown year, and how much this is kind of a mirror image. 10 seniors on that
Yes.
team that didn't get a chance to play. These 10 seniors who keep on playing.
Keep playing. And again, I don't know how it's going to end next week, but we're going to go enjoy the moment. I don't think we enjoyed it last year. It was a lot of pressure. My 5th WPIAL championship coaching in, or 6th, whatever, but the first one as the lead dog. And I think I put some pressure on myself. I might have, they might have sensed it and put it on the kids. We had some injuries and people sick and everything. And I think this year we're going to just go enjoy this whole week about it. And whatever happens, happens. And I think that's what we need to do more than we did last year. I was more involved in we got to win. I think we enjoyed the moment and let it play out.
Yeah.
That's all. So, guys, I appreciate everything, man.
Coach, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming and joining. And
Richie. And this guy right here.
Oh my
if I get any more calls, I got a call from Italy from Johnny Sansone right now and said, why is he not doing lessons?
Because trust me, he's giving everybody at home lessons. Talking right now.
Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you, Coach Q, for talking to us, and best of luck next week.
Yeah, we'll see you there, right? Okay.
That was a trick question, Coach. I know.
Congrats.
Thank you so much, Coach Galera. We'll be talking to you soon, getting ready for the championship either Tuesday or Wednesday at Wild Things Park. Richie, we're just going to go real quick. Our player of the game. The play of the game, Dom Cubelis coming in, getting those last 4 outs, but especially coming in with the bases loaded. Dom Cubelis is our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Literally kept the Neshannock Lancers in the game with that ground out to end the bottom of the 7th inning. And then the other pitcher, the starting pitcher, Bubba Fry.
Player. All day long and twice on Sunday. I mean, what he did on the mound tonight, I mean, I know I talked about it.
Now, probably the fewest strikeouts he's had all year, but that's not what you're looking at.
No, what I'm looking at is Avonworth's game plan, and I guess I get it a little bit, is, he's a bigger guy, let's get his pitch count on. Bubba heard that one. Bubba knew that was coming. Bubba took that personal and just shoved. I mean, he went, what did we get here again? We got 6 2/3 innings. I mean, only 5 strikeouts was still good numbers. Took it personal. I mean, ran it up to 105, I believe it was 107 pitches, actually.
Yeah.
And the quality at bats at the plate, Slippery Rock. I mean, God, are they getting a good player right there?
He's your LCAP player of the game. They both receive their customized T-shirts courtesy of the Red Zone. Again, congratulations, Bubba Fry, your LCAP player of the game. LCAP changing lives. Again, Avonworth will play East Allegheny either Tuesday or Wednesday in the consolation game. Neshannock taking on Riverside for the 3rd time, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Both those teams chose to move up to 3A, Richie, and they're the top of the class right now here in Class 3A.
And I said it in the Shady Side game the first time. I said, I know that Riverside's #1. They're the top dog. I believe they're still undefeated.
Yep.
But then I said, I don't know if there's another team out there that's better than Neshannock. I called it. I know the ins and outs of this Neshannock team. No one's going to outwork them. No one's going to outprepare them. You heard Coach Q talk about every guy on his staff. I mean, from the guys that get the scouting reports to his guy that's calling the pitches. It doesn't matter who, his son. Just, if you're a baseball fan, even if you're a rival of Neshannock, Shenango, Union, whoever it may be, Mohawk, you got to appreciate this game. You got to go down and watch this game.
And we normally do. Lawrence County coming full force. We already got Union softball going to Cal U next week. Neshannock and Laurel both a chance to get there as well. And the Neshannock Lancers baseball team will be at Washington for the 2nd consecutive year. Rich, you're 4 for 4, dude.
Wow, 4 for 4. I'm 4-0 for the Lancers. I mean, I was shaking up here, nervous. I'm not playing. I'm just sitting here talking through, and I'm a little nervous for the Lancers. I mean, hopefully we can make it 5 for 5.
We'll find out coming up next week. Thanks to Rich, thanks to Katie Walter, our producer, and thanks to you watching live or archived at lcsportsnet.com and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. 2-1 Neshannock, heading back to the championship game. Glad you could catch it live or archived at lcsportsnet.com. You all have a wonderful night. Drive home safely, and we'll see you down in Washington.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.